broken heartbeat drumming, syncopate. We can ride this wave. I've been falling down the river once again. Side by side, we'll build forever till the end. And we'll make it if we try. For what it takes to stay alive until the dying light. getting closer. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're getting closer.
Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back with the Graal Spar League Qualifier 2. And I am here with Poopy Panda. Unfortunately, he has had to step out for about Not sure. Probably about 15 or 20 minutes. So it'll just be me for this first match, I think. Maybe the second match. Yeah, we're back. Last week, we had 2 teams qualify. We had Bikini Bottom and Minority both qualify. Minority taking first place, Bikini Bottom taking second. And today, we will also have 2 teams qualifying. And let's check our first match of the day. We have Cajun versus Asterisk. This is going to be an insane match. And I think we're just getting the teams ready to go, getting them spawned in. Yeah, guys, if you guys are new here, make sure to hit that follow button. We just hit 200 followers. Looks like we're about to get the teams in. We got Cajun on the left side here. We got Asterisk on the right. And since last week, we had a ton of teams sign up. The stream went on for like 5 hours. So this week, we're trying to cut it down a bit. So for all of first round in the upper bracket, we'll be doing only best of ones instead of best of threes. So these teams have one chance to move on. If not, they'll move on to the lower losers bracket. And those will be best of ones anyway, but they will get a second chance if they lose. Let's see, I'm turning up the music. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Whoa, that was a bad voice crack. Don't clip that. All right, let's see if we're about ready to start. Yep, we got 5 seconds. Here we go. Game 1, Cajun versus Asterisk. Look at this battle in the middle between Khalil and Mindix. At the top, J.A. tries to push, takes some damage. He's 3 bullets from dying. See, it's YOLO. Just trying to hold that top, but they're being pushed by 3 people up there. Krebs trying to shoot down. He has the advantage. Remember, guys, whoever wins this moves on. This is only one game, best of 1. So whoever loses this goes down to the lower bracket. You do not want to lose this. Oh, and Hangman from Asterisk goes down at the bottom. Minix Revla goes down. Mendix J.A.Ino go down. It's looking like Cajun is going to take this. It's a 4v1 against It's YOLO. Can he pull out the clutch? It'd be near impossible to do. But he takes out Krebs. It's a 1v3. Oh, but It's YOLO gets taken out. Good effort for sure. Congrats to Cajun for moving on to the next round. All right, let's see. For our next match, we have Attractive versus Icetopia. Looks like we're getting those gangs spawned in pretty quickly here, thanks to Juns. We got Icetopia on the right here. Attractive on the left. And we're off. Attractive versus Icetopia. One game to move on or to move to lower bracket. Everyone from Icetopia is just low. Attractive is just pushing them so hard. Player gets taken out from Icetopia. So does May. And Dina. I believe there's only one Icetopia member left. And Attractive takes it like that. A perfect game. Oh my goodness. John said close match. That's a BM right there. Scoreboard is glitched. It's actually, we don't have an overlay for the best of ones because, you know, it's just one game. That's why it looks like that. But, yeah. I believe our next match in the first round of the upper bracket will be Elite versus Ambrosius. And, let's see. We will be going to a 4-minute break, just so Poopy Panda, aka Bamboozle, can come back. But yeah, don't go anywhere.
Oh
my goodness. It's even.
Oh!
Oh!
No way! You're kidding me! Lamar with the comeback of a lifetime.
Watt is just a different team. 2 qualifiers.
Goes back again. Chino looks like he wants to be.
There's no way! There's no way!
Do you want to be rich in Graal Online era? In this video, I'll show you the best method. I've been searching YouTube lately and I see all these videos on how to make a ton of growlets, but every single video is the same. They all tell you to grind jobs. While grinding jobs can definitely get you a lot of growlets, it's going to take a very, very long time. The method I'm going to talk about isn't exactly a get-rich-quick method, as it will still take lots of work and patience, but I believe it is much more effective than grinding jobs. The method? Trading. Let me explain. For the past couple months, I've been making a ton of profit in my Road to Gold Umbrella series. Make sure to check them out if you haven't seen them already. But what I learned is that you can actually exchange your tro for other sellables that are worth more and then sell them for growlets. While the exchange rate is always changing, I was able to exchange each Trocious for 7 growlets worth in other sellables. This means that 1000 tro would get you 7000 growlets, and 10,000 tro would get you 70,000 growlets, and so on. Now, this means you will have to become good at trading and make lots of profit. You'll start out slow, but the more you trade, the easier it becomes to make profit. In fact, I have had several trades where I've made more than 75k profit. Now, I don't just sell all my profit for growlets, as I like to keep most of it to buy items and keep making more profit. So a good rule of thumb is to sell 10 to 20% of your profit for growlets. This will allow you to continue making profit while also earning growlets. This method is great if you want to save for a certain weapon, win auctions, or anything else you can think of. Let me know if you guys agree with this down in the comments, or if you think you have a better method, let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. If there's one thing that needs to be added to Graal, it's gambling. Wait, we already have the casino and the lottery. But let's be real, no one is grinding the slot machines in Era, and the lottery is dead too. Then what am I talking about? Loot crates. This is something I've been thinking about for a while now, and it's not that I'm a gambling addict. What I think needs to be added is a crate, sort of like the legendary hat chest that's already in the game, but this new crate needs to be even crazier. I'm talking insane melees, guns, gun skins, or even cars. They could even be separate crates, one for melees, one for gun skins, etc. The boxes should have similar opening animations to the legendary hat chest. These crates should also be similar to CSGO's crate system, with common, rare, and ultra rare items. Then there would be like a 0.01% chance of getting the rarest item, like knives in CSGO. This item would be the most sought after item in the crates. There are a couple of reasons why I think this would be great for the game, and it's not just that I want to gamble. With these crates, trade tables would be poppin'. Sometimes I'll log on and head to the trade tables and there will be like 9 people there. Not really, but it could be more active. With players being able to trade the items from these boxes, and even the boxes themselves, the trading community would greatly benefit, especially if the new crates are introduced every couple of months. Now, on to the second reason, content. Imagine the content these crates would bring. Crate opening live streams would be insane. I would just love to sit and open crates on stream and try to win some crazy items. The hype would be unreal. Now, how would these crates be introduced into the game? There are a couple ways. First, the boxes could be obtained with growlets. This is the most obvious way, and I think it would be great to just be able to buy crates with growlets to open them whenever you want. But there should also be a way to get them for free. Maybe they could randomly drop while PKing, basing, sparring, or while doing jobs. This would allow players to obtain the crates for free, while also adding incentives for players to participate in these activities and to play Graal more. This was a feature in Old West that I really enjoyed. It made fishing 10 times more fun and exciting because you were just waiting to get a sea chest. Anyway, those are my thoughts on why loot crates need to be added to the game as soon as possible. The content around it would be insane, and I'm sure the player base would grow and become way more active. Thanks for watching the video. Maybe leave a like or subscribe. See you next time.
All right, welcome back, guys. Sorry for the long breaks. Poopy Panda is still not back. Not sure when he'll be returning. But we have our third matchup of round 1 of the upper bracket. This is Elite versus Ambrosius. We have Elite on the left side, Ambrosius on the right. Remember, this is just one game. Winner takes this round. Loser will move on to the loser's bracket for another chance in this double elimination tournament. We will post the bracket once it's updated. Should be after this match. We'll see. Yeah, we're off. One game to decide who moves on, who moves to the lower bracket. See Eddie and Sam battling it out at the middle. Eddie decides to back up, not to take that fight. Player from Ambrosius. Look at this battle at the mid from Renz and Jimmy. It looks like Ambrosius only has one player holding that top area under the sun, fighting Super. What we've seen with this arena is that middle wall is really important for both teams to hold. There's 4 spots for players from both teams to hold that. As you can see, Red X, Renz, Jimmy, and Player all holding that mid area. Renz decides to back up. He's taking a lot of damage. So is Jimmy, but he holds his ground, does damage on Red X, and now Ambrosius is pushing Elite back. Super trying to hold the top for Elite. Number 1 trying to apply pressure, take that top control. Red X is 1 bullet from dying. He's trapped in a corner. He gets taken out by Player. Super trying to hold Player from Ambrosius back. He's the last hope. Him and Renz successfully holding Player back, keeping that top control, even though they're down 1 member. Looks like Super's 1 bullet from dying. He has to be careful. He has to stay behind that wall and kind of let Renz do the work at the top. You see Player from Ambrosius in the middle just holding Super below, and he gets taken out by Player. And Ambrosius takes the opportunity to push and finish out Elite, and it looks like Ambrosius is going to take this one. They will move on to the next round, and Elite will go down to the losers bracket. They are not out though. They still have a second chance. Why am I by myself? Poopy Panda will be here soon. He had to go for emergency, but he will be back. Let's see who our next matchup is. Our next matchup will be WB versus 40s and Shorties. We are going to go to a quick break though, so do not go anywhere.
If there's one thing that needs to be added to Graal, it's gambling. Wait, we already have the casino and the lottery. But let's be real, no one is grinding the slot machines in Era, and the lottery is dead too. Then what am I talking about? Loot crates. This is something I've been thinking about for a while now, and it's not that I'm a gambling addict. What I think needs to be added is a crate, sort of like the legendary hat chest that's already in the game, but this new crate needs to be even crazier. I'm talking insane melees, guns, gun skins, or even cars. They could even be separate crates, one for melees, one for gun skins, etc. The boxes should have similar opening animations to the legendary hat chest. These crates should also be similar to CSGO's crate system, with common, rare, and ultra rare items. Then there would be like a 0.01% chance of getting the rarest item, like knives in CSGO. This item would be the most sought after item in the crates. There are a couple of reasons why I think this would be great for the game, and it's not just that I want to gamble. With these crates, trade tables would be poppin'. Sometimes I'll log on and head to the trade tables and there will be like 9 people there. Not really, but it could be more active. With players being able to trade the items from these boxes, and even the boxes themselves, the trading community would greatly benefit, especially if the new crates are introduced every couple of months. Now, on to the second reason, content. Imagine the content these crates would bring. Crate opening live streams would be insane. I would just love to sit and open crates on stream and try to win some crazy items. The hype would be unreal. Now, how would these crates be introduced into the game? There are a couple ways. First, the boxes could be obtained with growlets. This is the most obvious way, and I think it would be great to just be able to buy crates with growlets to open them whenever you want. But there should also be a way to get them for free. Maybe they could randomly drop while PKing, basing, sparring, or while doing jobs. This would allow players to obtain the crates for free, while also adding incentives for players to participate in these activities and to play Graal more. This was a feature in OS that I really enjoyed. It made fishing 10 times more fun and exciting because you were just waiting to get a sea chest. Anyway, those are my thoughts on why loot crates need to be added to the game as soon as possible. The content around it would be insane, and I'm sure the player base would grow and become way more active. Thanks for watching the video. Maybe leave a like or subscribe. See you next time.
Okay, so I'm sure we all know the Graal YouTuber that goes by the name of Mr. London Nuts. And if you don't, get educated. Just kidding. Well, sorta. Mr. London Nuts was a YouTuber who made Graal era animations. Mr. London Nuts' videos started to surface in the early stages of 2014. The earliest video on his channel is his 100 subscriber special with 13,000 views. The rise of Mr. London Nuts was nothing short of amazing. Growing at rapid rates, he quickly became the face of Graal Online YouTube, gaining over 19,000 subs. Mr. London Nuts' future on YouTube seemed to be very, very bright. But what happened to this GraalTube phenom? His last video he ever made was a video titled Graal Era Milk and Cookies Prologue, which was uploaded March 10th of 2018. That is literally almost 5 years ago. A lot of people have since questioned where he went, but I am here to ask the question, what if Mr. London Nuts did not quit YouTube? Now, this is pure speculation, we don't really know what would happen, but let's just play around with some concepts here. So, once again, Mr. London Nuts growth.
All right, we are back, and we finally have Poopy Panda, aka Bamboozle, with us.
Yeah!
Let's
I'm
go.
back. I apologize, guys, once again. Something came up that was out of my hands. I couldn't control it. Apologize to you guys, apologize to Pinky, but we are back, and we are ready to get going with the commentary, with the GSL. I'm so excited. I was watching, though, on my phone, though. We got some good matches to start. I'm excited for this.
Sir. And
while
we wait,
WB versus 40s and Shorties. Okay.
Yes. We saw 40s and Shorties last week. I believe they went out round 1 and then they lost in the losers bracket. Let's see if they can redeem themselves this week.
This is absolutely a redemption round for them, but this is also a startup round for WB. We have M7 Capone, one of the best spars in the...
Oh. I think Bamboozle just disconnected. Okay, he's back.
Are we good?
I think you're good now.
Oh my goodness.
Just cut out randomly.
I'm so sorry. What was the last thing I said?
I don't even remember, to be honest. But I have sent the bracket in chat. You guys have requested that. There's the bracket. We will be updating it live as the matches happen if you want to follow that. Remember, all of these games in the upper round 1 will be best of 1. 1 game to prove yourselves. It looks like we're ready to go. Hopefully.
Looks like one of the 40s and Shorties members has to relog real quick. I'm just glad they had 5 players because they had an issue with not having their 5th player being able to play for a second. So I'm glad they got it all figured out. I'm excited to see what this team can do to have a jump back from last week. But once again, WB, man, the sky's the limit for this team. They got M7, one of the best players, like I was saying. They just got really good players. I'm excited to see what they can do. I think there's a lot of potential for this team. Yeah, let's see how these teams can hold off. We're about to start according to the GOAT Juns. Here we go. 10 seconds. WB on the left, 40s and Shorties on the right side. Here we go. And we are off. Looks like 40s and Shorties takes a very reserved start to this match. You can see 4 out of the 5 members wanted to resolve to staying back on their side, which, you know what, hasn't been seen before, but it works. You see M7 and Lynx on the top, taking control of Alicia and Kay. They got to do something to stop this momentum from WB, Pinky.
Yes, and we see M7 Capone just moving up to the middle, killing Auctions. I'm just going to call her Auctions. We have Lynx pushing up Alicia at the top. Kay deciding to step back a little. M7 Capone is actually 2 bullets from dying, but he decides to push, and he takes damage. He's 1 bullet from dying. That was not a good move.
This is a W aggro rush from M7. He's taking a lot of damage, but you know what? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do for the greater good for your team. And unfortunately, Kay goes out from Lynx, and M7 is all up to Nutella and Emmy, and it's just not looking good for them. Nutella's got to do something, anything for her team. She has a lot of these members on low HP, and unfortunately for 40s and Shorties, WB takes the W here. But hey, that was a good match for both teams. Even though it is a 5-0 sweep for WB, 40s and Shorties definitely put up a fight, taking almost all of the WB members down to 1 or 2 HP. So huge shout out to both teams. 40s and Shorties will be going down to the losers bracket, or as we like to call it, the redemption bracket. And WB will be moving on.
Yep. And I believe after this, we are already on to round 2 of the upper bracket. So our next matchup will be Minority versus Cajun. We will be going to a quick 2-minute break, just a super quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Oh
my goodness. It's even.
Oh.
No way! You're kidding me! Lamar with the comeback of a lifetime.
Watt is just a different team. 2 qualifiers.
Back again. Chino looks like he wants to be. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh, do I have some awesome news for you guys. The GOAT of all GOATs, iMask, just dropped another banger update. Literally just barely. And I have collabed with iMask to hopefully make a pretty baller video. But this update could change everything about the state of Graal era. What has been the biggest issue with this game? I think the common thing people would say is it's not new player friendly. Well, this update can help out big time. Introducing the Starter Bundle. This is a loot box available to all players who have under 10 hours. To get this bundle, you'll go to the Start Hospital and grab iMask's NPCs saying, "Psst, grab me for your Starter Bundle." So let's get it. Now you may be wondering what's inside. Well, my friends, I got answers for you. When you open your Starter Bundle, first of all, it looks super sick. But you'll be given a few different things to help you with your journey on this game. Included inside is a brand new melee called the Drop Point Knife. You also get a gun called the MP40 and 5,000 upload.
All right, we are back with our next match after that 2-minute break. We have Minority versus Cajun.
Pinky, I'm excited for this matchup because Minority, as you guys know, they won the first qualifier last week, taking Bikini Bottom to a bracket reset, beating them Game 5 and Game 3 for that bracket reset. So they are looking to come out here, get some more practice in, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And Cajun, they won their first matchup, so this is going to be a good matchup. 5 seconds. Here we go. Minority is on the left. Cajun is on the right.
Let's go.
Looks like line for Minority is AFK. Is that going to affect Cajun? Or sorry, Minority, but he's back. Never mind. We're good. We're good.
Just a slow start, I guess. Yeah. Look at Unknown from Minority at the middle.
No, Mike X. Did you see Mike X from Cajun? He doesn't care about positioning. He just wants to run in and disrupt that Minority positioning. He ran up, took 3 of the members from Minority down to half health. Mike X is a madman. And you know what? Sometimes you need that aggression. But unfortunately for Cajun, Minority is just destroying them right now. Oh, Unknown for Minority's twerking.
Oh my goodness.
And they're farting on him. Yeah, that's a BM if I've ever seen that.
I mean, I didn't expect anything less from Minority. They won first place last week. They're just insane. But yeah.
This is a best of 3, right? For the upper bracket?
Yes, this will be best of 3.
Best of 3. Cajun, Pinky, what do you think they need to do if they want to fix that aggression against Minority?
I don't even know. I noticed they weren't holding mid well. So, I mean, I think better mid control. I think that could help them a lot as well.
I was curious to see what was going to happen because Mike X decided to just rush up to the top and the mid and take a lot of the Minority players down low. Unfortunately, I think that kind of threw off the Cajun players just a little bit because that took away some positional advantage on that bottom for Cajun. So
for sure,
I don't know. Maybe that was the downfall of Cajun for game 1, but it is game 2. We're going to start here in 5 seconds. Cajun on the left. They need to win if they want to force a game 3. And Minority is 1 game away from moving on to the next round. Here we go. Automatically, it's looking like Mike X is taking a little bit more of a reserved play from compared to the first matchup, because that did not end up well. But they got to be careful here. They're losing bottom control really easily.
This is what I was talking about before. You see Unknown from Minority, like nobody wants to challenge him at the middle. You see Rizzo trying his best, but he just gets outplayed by Unknown. Unknown pushes forward, kills player so easily. It looks like they're moving in on Khalil at the bottom. Also Unknown shooting down from the top. And it's another perfect game for Minority. Oh my goodness.
We need to figure out if anyone can stop Minority at this point. This is looking like a dangerous squad compared to all the other ones. We're going to have to see. There's some amazing teams in the upper bracket. Hopefully, Toe can stop Minority, because right now it's looking very scary. Minority moves on to round 3. Cajun is going to be sent down to the lower bracket.
What match do we have next?
We have B-Hop versus Attractive.
Yes, we will be back after a quick 2-minute break again, so do not go anywhere.
Oh
my goodness. It's even.
Oh!
No way! You're kidding me! Lamar with the comeback of a lifetime.
Watt is just a different team. 2 qualifiers.
Back again. Chino looks like he wants to be. There's no way. There's no way.
They're teaming. No way. It's me and Poopy versus the teamers. We gotta team up, Poopy. We gotta team up. Come on.
Whoa. Hey. That's simple like that.
All right, where are we dropping, boys? Let's go lethal. Nice, we got marksman DMR.
Nope. Why are you running?
Get back here. I see you, bro. I see you. Bro, come on.
All right, guys, we are back with our next matchup. We have on the left. Gosh, who is it? B-Hop. I always like all these gangs are changing their names every week. We got B-Hop and versus Attractive on the right. Attractive is also formerly Flushy, apparently. So yeah, it's a lot to keep track of, but we're ready for this best of 3.
Attractive on the right, B-Hop on the left. You know, Pinky, you got to imagine Attractive's going to come out here and start with a bang. However, B-Hop's looking like they're doing some damage to start. It's looking like more of a reserved game compared to the other series. Both of these teams know the level of skill that each other have and know what's on the line. You definitely want an easier route to go up through the upper bracket rather than being sent down to the redemption bracket. But hey, this is a best of 3. Anything is possible.
This match is... I'm so excited to watch this match play out because, as you know, Flushy was the Season 1 GSL champion. We even have a banner in the arena dedicated to them. Don't know why they didn't stay as Flushy, but it is what it is. We know how good they are. That was in the house arena that we used to have, not this new arena. So they're having to adapt to this. It looks like B-Hop is slowly pushing forward.
Yeah, Pinky, I think this new arena is still taking some players time to get used to, especially with that mid control. It's, you know, that pillar, that crossroad pillar that there in the mid definitely just throws people off. But if anything, these are the best teams in the world, right? They can adapt. That's what being competitive is all about. Adapting to uncomfortable situations. And unfortunately, for Attractive, I think the reason they're not Flushy this week is they don't have their full team, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a half and half.
Yeah.
But anyways, B-Hop is doing really well against this former Flushy team. Almost taking 2 of the Attractive members. Heroic and Players got to be really careful here.
Look at Cloak from B-Hop. Kind of in a dangerous position here at the mid. Taking shots from Master of Arts at the top. And he takes damage. Realizes it's not worth it to hold that spot. Moves back to the middle where it's safer. But Master of Arts is dedicated. He is trying to get damage on Cloak to try to take out that mid control from B-Hop. Because that's what Attractive needs to do here. They have no mid control, and Heroic gets taken out by Black Cloak.
Yeah, Master of Arts and Einon, you got to imagine those are the 2 spotlight players for Attractive here. Leaders of Flushy, they got to show up for Attractive, because B-Hop is looking very composed, very like they've been practicing on this specific arena. I see teams struggle because they're so used to getting and focusing all their power on that bottom control. But this arena doesn't allow for that specifically. Bottom control is very important, but that mid control is also extremely important. And I think Attractive has struggled a ton with that mid control to start this. And B-Hop is just pushing Attractive to the wall of shame.
Oh my goodness.
That's a sweep on Attractive. Oh my goodness, B-Hop. What do we even say, Pinky?
I don't even know. That was just insane. I honestly didn't expect them to win that. But we'll see if Attractive can bring it back.
I totally agree with you. It's kind of hard to go against the former Season 1 champions, or at least half of them. But B-Hop, they looked so composed. They looked like they were practicing. They looked like they knew what they were doing in that mid control. And that was honestly the difference, because right as Heroic for Attractive went down for the in that mid, Attractive had to play it much more reserved, and they just kept losing HP. B-Hop played a perfect game 1.
Insane. Yeah, that mid control from B-Hop, just crazy. Master of Arts was trying to hold the top all by himself, doing a lot of damage, but it just wasn't enough for them to take the win. So we'll see if B-Hop will move on and sweep the series.
Attractive there put in a tough spot here. They don't want to get swept. The Season 1 champs don't want to get swept first game. That would be very tough for them, but they are a very good team. They know what they need to do, and I think they're going to be able to do it. You can see a Master of Arts switch to that bottom control for, I believe, Player and Master of Arts kind of switched. Same with Kaput. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, what adjustments Attractive makes. But yeah, Attractive is on game point. Unfortunately, Gold Cloak rushes in and takes Heroic out. Heroic is the first member for Attractive to go 2 games in a row. That is truly unfortunate for Attractive. They are already a man behind. However, Gold Cloak taking out Heroic. And Black Cloak goes down. Gold Cloak is very 1 HP as well. Player from Attractive making a very good decision to rush in on Black Cloak there.
It's a 4v4 right now. This is anyone's game. And if you see, Attractive has 2 people at the top. Look at this battle at the mid. Oh my goodness, player from Attractive gets taken out. Kaput is about to be taken out. It is now a 4v2. Attractive is down 2 members compared to B-Hop. This does not look good.
If anything, though, if you want a 4v2, you want Einon and you want Master of Arts on your team to do it. They are a very good duo. This is going to be tough, though, because B-Hop is looking so strategical, so smooth with everything they're doing. They're looking so composed. They need to get a hit, and they do. ICO goes down for B-Hop. It is currently a 3v2. Einon and Master of Arts versus B-Hop. Anything could happen here.
I want to see this 2v4 happen right now. Oh, but Master of Arts goes down. It's up to Einon. He's taken out as well.
Wow, Attractive. Half of the former Season 1 champions go down in the round 2 of the upper bracket. They're going to be sent down to the redemption arc. which I didn't think would happen, to be honest, but
I
B-Hop
didn't
played a
think so
perfect
either.
series almost.
My goodness. Yeah, we will be going to our next match. This is, of course, in round 2 of the upper bracket. I will be sending the bracket in chat so you guys can follow along. Our next matchup is Bikini Bottom versus Ambrosius. We will be going to a 2-minute break while we get these teams spawned in, so do not go anywhere. Oh my goodness. It's even. Oh!
No way! You're kidding me! Lamar with the comeback of a lifetime.
Watt is just a different team. 2 qualifiers.
Back again. Chino looks like he wants to be. There's no way! There's no way!
I may have found the key to fixing Graal, and it might not be what you think. Now, I'm going to backtrack a little bit to the phrase I just said, probably not what you think. I'm mentioning this because I know what a big majority of you guys are going to be saying the key is to fixing Graal. And also, let me start by saying this. Graal is not broken, it's not bad, this is just a discussion video. Let's go. To prove what I'm just saying, let's take a peek inside the average one of your guys' heads. There's nothing. Now, on a real note, I know exactly what the majority of you are going to say. Better servers and 60 FPS. And trust me, those are going to be extremely useful, but we're going to save that video for another day. Let's get into it. In my opinion, the key to fixing Graal has to come from the root of the issues that people have. Before I explain furthermore, let me show you where this idea came to me. So I was walking my dog Milo when I stopped suddenly by the sound of angelic music. There was this glowing dirt pile in the field, so I pulled out my shovel from my inventory.
Alright, we are back. Wait, someone just subscribed. Who just subscribed?
Light. It was Light.
Oh, Light. Thank you for the sub. Let's go. Yeah, we have our next match, Bikini Bottom versus Ambrosius. But before we get this match started, we have the legendary intro video for Bikini Bottom.
This guy's surrounded on all sides. He takes one down though. 2 down.
That one open. Drew is just exposed.
I just smacked the whole bottom. I just smacked the whole bottom piece. Yeah, yeah. Alex, help me.
Many of these players have actually been off just 2 or 3 shots.
Ooh, but Master of Arts goes down. Master of Arts goes down. Whoa!
The stakes are at a very, very high level right now.
This could go on for another 10 seconds. 5 minutes. These 2 players.
Oh no.
One can survive. He's the last one left.
He's going.
All right, we're back from that legendary intro video from Bikini Bottom. Always great to see that. Oh, man.
I don't even know what to say, dude. That hypes me up.
That's so good.
F is for fight. Bikini Bottom is back with week 2 qualifiers. They already qualified for GSL, but they're back to redeem themselves after losing in the finals against Minority. The bracket reset, oh, that was just a tough matchup for Bikini Bottom. They were always just so close, but then Minority came in clutch. But they're going to play off against Ambrosius. Yeah, this is gonna be a good matchup, I think. Good warm-up matchup for Bikini Bottom. Ambrosius came out of the first round. They were looking very good, so this should be good. Here we go.
Bro said warm-up match for Bikini Bottom.
Okay, I didn't mean it like that. Oh my goodness.
I wouldn't take that if I were you, Ambrosius. But we'll see. I think Bikini Bottom was very strong last week. Obviously came in second place. I definitely have them winning this. We'll see if Ambrosius can prove us wrong.
Look at that aggro push from Kev. He just doesn't care. Planktev is going crazy there at the bottom for Bikini Bottom. It's going to be interesting to see how Bikini Bottom handles this week's pressure because they don't have two of their best players, Vood and Pow. Just based off of timing issues, unfortunately for them. So they have to resort to some subs, but Bikini Bottom's a team that even their subs are better than the majority of the game. So it's going to be really good matchups for them.
And it looks like Bikini Bottom is gonna take this. It's wait, it's a 2v1. I don't know how that just happened. But it's a 2v1 somehow.
Looks like Kev is disconnecting just a tiny bit, but not enough to affect the gameplay that much. And player from Ambrosius does go down. Bikini Bottom will take game number 1.
All right.
Oh, I apologize to Pyro in the chat. He's saying that Zik is the best player. I totally agree. The Zik fan club is real.
It is real for sure. That's what we got last week. That's what we found that out last week.
Yeah, everybody's a fan of Zik.
You guys are crazy.
But yeah, Bikini Bottom takes game number 1. It wasn't a perfect clean sweep like we've seen it before. Ambrosius did put up a fight. However, they are going to switch sides. Maybe the side switch is exactly what Ambrosius needs.
Could be.
Think we're just getting the players ready. Once again, Bikini Bottom's without some of their best players, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they can adjust. And sometimes in these situations, it's a total next man up situation. You know, you don't have your captain, you don't have your leader. Who is going to be the next person to step up and hopefully clutch up for Bikini Bottom? They are on match point to go into the next round. Ambrosius needs to take this if they want to force a game 3. Here we go.
Bikini Bottom is just so good at immediately taking that mid control and that bottom control. Ambrosius does not want to challenge Kev and FaZe at the bottom.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't blame them. Those two players are very good. We've seen them both before in GSL, in wagers. They know what they're doing. Unfortunately, Ambrosius, they're losing all their members so quickly. I can't even keep track of what's going on. Ambrosius is on 2 players left. 1 player. It's just player from Ambrosius. And I'm just waiting. There it is. Ambrosius, unfortunately, is going to be sent down to the losers bracket, or as we like to call it, the redemption bracket. They do have a chance, though, in the tournament. They are just not going to be in the upper bracket. Bikini Bottom sweeps Ambrosius. Very good matchups, though. I'm honestly, I wasn't sure how Bikini Bottom would do without their best players, but they're looking very good. Hopefully, Kev can figure out his situation. I think he said he was driving in the car. It's almost to his dad's house, I think he said. So.
Oh my.
I don't think he's driving. Hopefully not. That would be.
Yeah, that would not be good. That would not be good for sure.
Not be good. But regardless, Bikini Bottom moves on to the 3rd round, and our next matchup is going to be a very good matchup. Probably one of the best ones today. Panax versus WB.
We will be going to a quick 2-minute break, so make sure to stick around.
No way.
It's me and Poopy versus the teamers. We gotta team up, Poopy. We gotta team up. Come on.
Whoa, 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 hey, hey, hey.
All right, where are we dropping, boys? Let's go lethal. Nice, we got marksman DMR.
Nope. Why are you running?
Get back here, get back here. I see you, bro. I see you. Bro, come on, come on, come on. Please, please. All right, that was our first attempt. Let's try for a second one. We got this, we got this. We got some pistols. Got a nice bag. I see this guy. Easy kill, right?
Are you sure about that?
Bro, it's so hard to find people in this. Right as I say that, there's 2 people. Okay, let's try and steal this kill. 12 damage on him, and they're running. They're running away from me. Come on, one of these has to hit.
Bruh.
Okay, let's go up here. I heard some shooting. Okay, one guy right there, and someone behind me. Of course, of course. Okay, I gotta heal. I gotta heal. I gotta heal. Just a little bit. Come on, easy kill. Easy kill. Okay, 3rd attempt. Let's get it.
All right, we're back. Thanks for sticking around after that break. Make sure to follow if you guys have not been following. And yeah, we have Canax versus WB.
Speaking, who do you got winning this match?
Oh man, I don't even know. You know what? I'm gonna go with Canax. I'm just going straight with Canax for no reason.
I'm gonna go with WB. You know, I can't go against my boy M7, one of the best spars. It's gonna be fun
That's
though.
true,
Canax
that's
got, I
true.
think, 3rd or 4th place last week. So they were just right about there to qualifying. However, M7 takes a few damage or a few bullets to start. Oh, he's down to 1 HP already. Oh my gosh. The WB's got to be a little careful. I think they started a little too aggressive, and Canax is just looking very composed.
My M7 is out early in the match. Lynx
So is
goes down
Lynx.
too. This is not looking good.
It's a 3v5 to start. I can't believe that. So does Montreal Capone. He goes out too. Nico Rising is just about to go out as well. And that is going to be, oh my gosh, a sweep for Canax to start against WB. Canax they came out looking like the more composed team compared to WB. I think WB started a little bit too aggressive maybe, especially at that midfield, and it came back to bite him in the butt.
For sure. These teams that are aggressive, they just get rewarded. And a lot of the times the other team just can't figure out how to counter it.
You have to, in WB's situation, you have to find a good balance, because aggression is great, but if you're too aggressive, then a good composed team like Canax, who we've seen can have very good defense. Last week, their defense was top tier. And they just know how to counter these aggressive teams, and we just saw that in game number 1. Game number 2, I think WB has to come out a little bit more composed, and I think they can potentially take it against Canax, but we'll see. Canax on the right, WB on the left. Oh, M7 already taking some bullets from score.
And
Gotta
you
be
can
careful
see,
here.
WB just doesn't want to, I don't think they're realizing the importance of holding that mid wall.
Yeah.
Right as I say that, M7 tries to pull up to XR, but decides to back up and help Lynx at the top. But if you see all this damage XR is doing on Canax at the mill, they need to stop that. Looks like M7 takes him out, takes the opportunity. Oh
The
my.
aggression might be playing out, might be worth it for this game. It's definitely though. Oh my gosh, Trunks from Canax goes out. Odds is just about to go as well. And just like that,
goodness.
WB takes game number 2, sending it to game number 3. This is what we like to see, Pinky. Adjustments and fixes so that you can fix your mistakes and learn from it and go crazy for the next round. And we just saw that.
We saw M7 Capone with that aggressive push, and then Lynx helped him push OO at the top. And that was the deciding factor in that round.
Yeah, Pinky, WB takes game number 2, sending it to game number 3. One of these teams is moving on to round 3 of the upper bracket, and the next one is going down to the redemption bracket down below. This is close. You know, I like that aggression. I like that a little bit more composed play style from WB. But I'm gonna highlight something you had mentioned. They definitely have to figure out that mid control. Like I said earlier this stream, a lot of these teams are very, very passionate about just controlling and focusing on that bottom control, and the other positions can kind of just hold your positions. But with this middle crossroad barrier there, it just allows for so much control on the field, and you have to find a way to control it. I think
Definitely.
WB needs to do that.
It looks like M7 is doing exactly that, but he backs up from XR. Looks like they both took the same amount of damage, but WB is doing a better job of holding this mid. You see Nico rising. XR is 2 bullets from dying. This is really good for WB. If they can kill XR, they will have complete mid control. And it looks like he backs up anyway. Yeah.
Oh, Montreal Capone decides to take a shootout with Odds. Both of them are 1 HP. They got to be careful. You can see. And Odds, he goes out bottom left. He accidentally takes a bullet. I think Trunks, instead of taking a bullet for his teammate, Trunks decided to dodge it. And unfortunately, Odds goes out. So XR is 1 HP as well. M7 is looking to do some sort of aggro push. He doesn't really have the HP for it. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, this is looking really good for WB. Canax can still bring it back, but they're being pushed to that far left wall, and it doesn't look like they're going to try to challenge WB. I think if Meow at the top left from Canax can maybe shoot down on Lynx or M7, that could turn it around for Canax, but that's a very risky push.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these teams, even though WB has the numbers, actually, no, it's tied. Never mind. Let me correct myself. Even though it's tied, both of these teams quit their aggression. They both know what's on the line here. They both know they're all very low HP. However, Mao, is that Mao, I think? Up top, is trying to figure out anything they can do to take it out Lynx, and Lynx goes down. He goes for the aggro push, but Mao decides to counter it. You know, the lot is on the line here. WB, they have everything they need to win this game, but unfortunately, sometimes their aggression gets the best of them. And M7, he needs to clutch here.
Oh my
and he goes
goodness.
out. Oh, this is going to be the end for WB. Peaky, they had everything they needed to win that game. They had momentum. They had the numbers advantage. They had HP advantage. But unfortunately, just some decisions were made, and Canax, their defense, stands strong once again, and they take out WB to move on to the upper bracket, round 3.
Look at this. This is where it all turned. You see M7 trying to get away from Score. Score pushes him so aggressively on that right side, takes him out, and that's when the game turned for Canax to bring it back. Ooh, what a series. That was the best series that we've seen in a long time, for sure.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I think we're going to move on to the losers bracket round 1, or the redemption bracket. I think we're starting at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So it'll be Cajun versus 40s and Shorties after this quick little break.
Oh my goodness. It's even.
Oh!
No way!
You're kidding me! Lamar with the comeback of a lifetime.
Watt is just a different team. 2 qualifiers.
Back again, Chino looks like he wants to be There's no way. There's no way.
Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be giving random players 10,000 tro. Make sure to watch the entire video as there will be a secret message and you could win 2,000 tro. Alright, let's find some players who might need some tro. Looks like this guy just has a starter pistol, so I'm going to give him some tro. Just gotta wait for him to grab the table.
One eternity later.
Come on. There we go. Alright, let's give this man some tro. He's so confused. It's just free tro. He tried to add a melee to trade for it. Nah, bro, you can keep that. Free. It's all free. There we go. Our first 1,000 tro given away. Alright, I think I'm gonna give this guy some tro. I don't know where he is though. I think he's over here somewhere. Oh, he just left. Alright, we gotta find him. Tell him to come back.
Alright, we are back. We have our next match. This is the lower bracket. The first match of the lower bracket. And it is Cajun versus 40s and Shorties. Both of these teams have one chance to redeem themselves.
Yeah, unfortunately, going down to the losers bracket, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world because you always have an opportunity to keep going and move up the ladder, potentially get to the finals, but opportunities are limited as this is a best of one. Cajun is on the left, 40s and Shorties, they are on the right. Both of these teams, unfortunately, both lost their matches in the upper bracket, so they are looking to bounce back. I'm excited for this. Personally, I don't know. I think I want to go for 40s and Shorties. I think they're the underdog team, and like even they would know that too. And I think, you know, you always want to root for an underdog team. I think 40s and Shorties, I think they could take it if they play their cards right.
For sure, I'd like to see them redeem themselves here, but Cajun is such a good team as well. So it's going to be hard for them to pull it off. But it looks like we're about to start. See 40s and Shorties. One of the members rocking that GSL hat that every participant gets. Shout out to Commander for making that hat.
Yes, sir.
So nice. Yeah, here we go.
And if you think that has nice, you should see the winner's hats. If you haven't already, it looks fantastic. One of the coolest hats I've ever seen. Anyways, 40s and Shorties on the right. Cajun is on the left. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Look at Emmy. Emmy on that bottom control is very aggressive. Wow, just taking a lot of ground to start. However, they gotta you know, control the aggression a little bit because Mike X, we've seen him in that upper bracket against WB just pushing and being super aggro. And unfortunately, 40s and Shorties are being pushed back, losing some HP. They got to be very careful here.
This being your last chance to stay in this tournament, it's got to be a lot of pressure as Kay goes out for 40s and Shorties. Alicia holding her own at the top, but it looks like her and Remy are the last two survivors of 40s and Shorties, and they get taken out. Cajun takes it with 4 members remaining.
Unfortunate. Unfortunately for 40s and Shorties, their tournament for week 2 qualifiers is gone. It sucks to say, you know, you gotta respect anyone who has the nerves, has the confidence to step into a GSL arena, and that's exactly what they did. And you know what? GG's to both teams.
Yep. It looks like for our next match, also in the losers bracket, we have Attractive versus Elite. We're going to go to another quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Oh my goodness. It's even.
Oh!
Oh!
No way! You're kidding me! Lamar with the comeback of a lifetime.
What is just a different team. 2 qualifiers.
Back again. Chino looks like he wants to be. There's no way! There's no way!
What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to be talking about how you can earn Graal. It's even better than before.
Man, that's just such a dumb intro, man. Freak. Okay, let's see. What can we do? What can we say? Oh.
What is this PM? This might help. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm a billionaire.
Come on, get that money. 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 I don't come the money. 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 Do it all for money. 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 Let me stack that money. 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 Come on, get that. Money. Let me stack that money. Money.
That's it? Who joined?
Yo, bro. All right, we are back with our next matchup. Only one game that these teams get to play to redeem themselves in the lower bracket. We have Attractive versus Elite.
I can't believe we're saying Attractive or half of Flushy members are in the losers bracket, but you know what? It happens to the best of us. Both of these teams are really good. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough match. I would hate to see Attractive go out in the losers bracket round 1, but you never know what's gonna happen. Here we go. Attractive is on the left, Elite is on the right. Master of Arts and Eddie both trade some shots to start. Yeah, so far, been a pretty chill game.
And you see Master of Arts, we usually see him at the top, holding the top, but I think in the last match of the upper bracket, he decided to kind of stay around the mid area and the bottom and switch with Kaput at the top. It looks like a player from Attractive with an aggressive push to kill Percocet, and Eddie goes down too.
Looking like Red X is not really taking any damage here. He might have lagged out a little bit, but anyways, Attractive's got to regain and take out the 2 remaining Elite members. Forget about Red X, he can't shoot. Oh, never mind, he can.
He can't. He's not doing any damage though. I think he's lagging. Yeah, I think. Oh wait, he is doing damage.
No
Oh no!
way. He's a Giga Chad.
Legendary. Oh my goodness.
So I apologize if my audio is sounding very choppy. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Probably a little
That's not
lag.
good.
I know. Oops. So I don't know what's going on here, guys. I'm gonna be serious. I don't know what happened.
I don't either. Super is the last one from Elite. And
Are they respecting 1v1s?
wait. Oh, he gets taken out. It looks like he tried to pull a fast one on him. But Attractive takes it.
And wow, that's a dub for Attractive. Sorry, I'm stuttering. A victory that we have never really seen before. I don't really know what happened that game. That was a very interesting game. Unfortunately for Elite, their tournament is going to end here. There is always next week, but oh,
And
geez, my voice is choppy.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a 2-minute break, try to figure out this audio glitch. We'll be back.
What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to be talking about how you can earn Graal. It's even better than before.
Man, that's just such a dumb intro, man. Freak. Okay, let's see. What can we do? What can we do? What can we say? Oh.
What is this PM? This might help. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm a billionaire.
Come on, get that money. 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 I don't come the money. 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 Do it all for money. 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 Let me stack that money. 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 Come on, get that. Money. Let me stack that money. Money.
That's it? Who joined?
Yo, bro, you want to play some Rocket League?
Hey, dude. How'd you join the call? So, oh, geez, there's no easy way to put this. Okay, before I answer that, can you send me a picture of how many growlets you have?
What, dude? Okay, whatever you say, dude. I don't know what's going on. Right, there you go.
Oh gosh. Okay, little buddy. Listen, dude. I'm sorry. You're just not rich enough to play with me. Peace out, loser. Okay. Well, I think we're back. Let's see if this is still laggy. I think we're good.
I think it sounds good to me. Does it sound good to you guys? Does it sound choppy anymore?
Yeah, that is very weird.
That literally makes no sense because it's perfect for me in the Discord call, but on the stream it's choppy. That's so weird.
Yeah, I apologize to all you guys who are listening. Anyways, I think we're ready to get going.
All right. Yeah, we have Ambrosius, Icetopia. One match again. This is the lower bracket. One chance to redeem themselves. Yeah, seems like it sounds good now. Hopefully it doesn't do that again, but yeah, that's so weird. Just a weird glitch, I guess.
Yeah, truly unfortunate. Anyways, Ambrosius is on the left. Number 1 under the sun is down to 2 HP. He's got to be a little careful here. Icetopia is looking like they're being pushed to the wall of shame there on the right side. Not looking very good to them. They got to do something, have some sort of counter attack. And unfortunately, X range for Icetopia does go out.
Ooh. It looks like Ambrosius is gonna take this. Dang, that was quick. That's our third match of the losers round. Round 1. And I think we have one more round in the losers bracket. Round 1. It's WB versus Asterisk.
And we're just gonna spawn them in.
Yeah, since it's one game, we're just gonna spawn these gangs in. No need for a break this time. WB on the left side, Asterisk on the right. Man, these gangs choose the hardest words for me to pronounce. Asterisk and Ambrosius. I'm like tripping over my words.
Yeah, like, come on, we don't really have that great of intelligence.
Yeah, I'm like 2 IQ. Can't be doing this to me.
But yeah, geez, this is tough that these are the matchups for round number 1. Both of these teams are very, very good. You got to imagine, though, that WB is the favorite to take this match. Would you say, Pinky?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, M7 and the boys are going to hopefully take out Asterisk. Both of these teams really good. Once again, I just think in terms of talent, you got to imagine that WB is the favorites to win this. But anything is possible. I think we're setting things up. Some of the Asterisk members had to race. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
I think we have a little bit of a... There was some sort of issue, and one of the members for Asterisk actually just got jailed.
Live
for
jail.
Racism. So,
oh my.
I didn't see what happened. I genuinely didn't. Wow, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. You know what? Racism is never accepted. I don't know why people even try to go for that stuff.
That's just stupid. It's just stupid.
What do we do, Pinky, if they can't get their subs on?
I mean, they can play a 3v5 if they want, or they can just forfeit. Keep it up to them.
They got a sub. They might have to play with 4.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna wait for one of these members to get a sub. Let's talk about the match after this. Are we going to go to the losers round 2, or are we gonna go to upper bracket round 3?
Let me take a look at the bracket real quick, Pinky. Oh, geez, wow. There's a lot of good matches here. I think it's only fair if we go up to the top bracket.
All right.
Hopefully, we're gonna see Minority versus B-Hop after this. That is gonna be a crazy game. Oh wow, B-Hop is the team that 2-0 swept Attractive, the half of the former Season 1 GSL champions. So this is gonna be very interesting. They've been waiting long enough. They're ready while we're figuring out this last losers bracket round 1 issue. But yeah, one of these teams, that's crazy to think. We're already at the point where one of these teams is going to the semifinals.
Yeah, that's insane.
Okay, and I think Asterisk has their sub on. Maybe subs. They might actually be good for 5, which is perfect. The reason why we have subs, and the reason why you should definitely take a look. Or sorry, I'm reading all these messages people are sending me, and I can't multitask. This is definitely why you should take advantage of the 3 subs we give you guys. Anyways, 10 seconds. WB on the left, Asterisk on the right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Once again, WB is a team that just doesn't really care for that mid control. They don't really care for that positioning in the mid. They just want to do their own thing. M7 has switched to the bottom, though. We've seen him kind of mid, kind of top. He's kind of been everywhere. M7, though, leader of the gang, is just, he's taking that bottom control position now.
Yeah, M7, we know him as that great all-around player that he is. Holding bottom here, he's doing a great job. Lynx shooting down as well, preventing anyone from Asterisk from moving to the left. But player from Asterisk gets taken out. Ichiolo is one. Meanix gets taken out. And it looks like WB is just going to sweep this. Oh my goodness.
Oh, they ruined the sweep. Nico Rising goes out right before the sweep. WB is going to be moving on in the losers bracket, and they will be playing Ambrosius when we get there. GG's to both teams. Asterisk, unfortunately, that is going to be the end of your tournament. And once again, I'm just going to say this real quick. We don't condone any sort of harassment, racism, or anything like that, especially on the live. So if you guys, as players, decide that it's a good idea to do that stuff, just know you will not be participating in further events, and that person who did that will not be participating.
Yep. And I believe we have our next matchup. We are going to go to the upper bracket, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We will be back after a quick 2-minute break while we get this set up.
And we are off.
See Pow and Unknown already pushing that top control. Same with Sandy Cheeks. Line is holding that middle part with Vood. Pow.
No, sorry, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say Pow. He's already taken 2 bullets of damage. Oh my gosh, what's happening?
Oh, line for Minority. Their leader is down to 1 HP. He's got to be careful. That's not a good start for them. That's not the start they wanted at all. A matchup I want to highlight is, obviously, we just keep highlighting Pow up top because it's so hard to go against him. Look at the damage he's putting in. His decision-making is top tier. And also, we have Vood and Famar, two powerhouses facing off in the middle. Super exciting matches.
Unknown taken out from Minority. 5-star farmer from Minority is about to be taken out. He's, I think, 1 or 2 bullets from dying. Yep, 1 bullet from dying now. Knee bottom just pushing, and Minority doesn't stand a chance.
The key. Oh,
Oh my
it's a shoot
goodness. It's even.
Shoot off.
Oh!
No way! You're kidding me! Lamar with the comeback of a lifetime.
Watt is just a different team. 2 qualifiers.
Back again. Chino looks like he wants to be. There's no way. There's no way.
Alright guys, we are back. Sorry about that. We decided to switch to the upper bracket next. So we have Minority versus B-Hop. I am so excited for this matchup. This is gonna be
Minority is the qualification week 1 champions. They already qualified for GSL, so this is practice and potentially for more rewards that they're doing here. But B-Hop, they took out Attractive. Half of Fleshy they took out, and they took him out very smoothly. These guys looked very composed. It's going to be interesting to see how they can match up against Minority and their aggression and their teamwork. It's just, these teams are just so good. And we're off, though. Looks like B-Hop is taking a little bit more of a aggressive bottom control. However, Minority's taking advantage of B-Hop's confused mid-control. Black Cloak from B-Hop is gone already.
My goodness.
Minority's just so good. What do you even do?
I don't even know. How do you even counter this? Well, it looks like Unknown is moving to the top. He realizes he has to get some shots down on Aiko and Cloak. They're all Cloak. Oh, that's so confusing. Yeah, Unknown trying to battle it out with Aiko at the top.
Yeah, this is tough. Gold Cloak's trying to do anything. He takes out one of the Minority members. 2 of the Minority members.
Oh my.
He gets taken out himself. Currently, the tides have turned just a little bit. It's a 3v3, I think. Would you look at that? I didn't see that coming. Minority, they got to do something. Oh, Black Cloak $sign from B-Hop. It does go down, unfortunately. But even though the numbers game is against B-Hop, they're just so aggressive. They don't care. They don't push back as much as, you know, you would think you would normally. But it just looked way good. And Aiko goes down, unfortunately, for B-Hop. That is going to be a tough 3v1 route for them. Black Cloak might just have to take the L here and go on to the second game. It is a best of 3 for this upper bracket. Minority takes game number 1.
Man, what a game. I'm just going to watch a highlight right here. See Aiko at the top. Unknown for Minority. Look at Gold Cloak. He pushes top. Takes out Unknown. 2 Unknown members from Minority died right there. But yeah, that was a crazy play right there. But Minority still took it.
Game number 2. B-Hop is suddenly put onto match point on the left side. They switch sides. Maybe that's going to be the difference maker here. But yeah, you got to imagine they got to do something. I think B-Hop, B-Hop. They just like they played very well on all positions with that mid control. Minority just came in, and look at that push from Gold Cloak. B-Hop, wow, they wanted to push forward. They wanted to gain ground as quick as possible here. See if that hurts them or benefits them. It could go either way, to be honest.
And you see both Cloak members holding that mid cross section. Gold Cloak moving down to try to get a little aggressive on Player and Roy from Minority.
Yeah, that aggression from B-Hop to start the match suddenly kind of just stalls just a tiny bit. They realize, you know, the ground that they can take over is limited when it comes to a good team like Minority, because they know how to hold their positions. But, however, even though B-Hop kind of has advantage in terms of HP, in terms of positioning, Minority is not a team you can sleep on. They are the week 1 qualifying champs. They got it. They know what they're doing. They got that dog in them, as people like to say. And so B-Hop, they have to play this perfectly. They can't give them any sort of leeway here.
Yeah, Black Cloak goes down from B-Hop. Player from Minority has to be careful. He's on the right side. 1 bullet from dying, as well as Roy. B-Hop is gonna take this opportunity and take that aggressive push, but they get punished for it. Black Cloak goes down. And it looks like they're pushing Minority into a corner.
I don't know why, though, because B-Hop is down 3-5, and they're pushing all of Minority into a corner. That is unbelievable. That's like
insane.
a little dog syndrome.
Yeah, I don't
even know what to
happens.
say. Geez, B-Hop is in a tough spot. Unfortunately, though, it is a 5v1. You know, at the start of this match, if you were to say that this could potentially be a sweep for Minority with how things started, I would have called you crazy, Pinky, because B-Hop started out so strong, had all the Minority members so low, but it just didn't matter because Minority's just too good. Their defense is too good. Their counters are too good, and I think you could kind of see a little bit of aggression, a little bit of frustration from B-Hop there, trying to do some pushes there on the wall, and it just didn't matter. Minorities knew what they were doing, and they are going to move on to the semifinals already. Are we seeing a new powerhouse in Minority?
Definitely, I think so. Last season we had was it who won
Ron
3?
Flushy.
Yeah, those were the
Raw who won 3. Yeah.
Yeah, they won 3 qualifiers in a row, but then didn't win the finals. That was the craziest upset. But yeah, Minority is definitely a powerhouse this season. But for our next matchup, we also have 2 powerhouses, Bikini Bottom and Canax. We will be back after this quick break.
You have Kev or whoever's taking the bottom, just holding as much as you can. And then you have Pau, who Food and a few other people have told me is the best 1v1 spar in the world. That's just tough. You have 5 members who are 5 top tier players. And also a fan favorite, Zik, in the chat. Yeah, everybody's a fan of Zik, so the glazing's tough. You just have 5 superstars on a team. It's a super team. This Bikini Bottom is a super team, and they wanted to come up. They wanted to defend Bikini Bottom, save Bikini Bottom, whatever their logo was. If you're Minority, you know, you have to play this perfectly, absolutely perfectly, 0 flaws, up top, down low, in the middle, because one little mistake, they're just going to capitalize on it. Specifically up top, if you're unknown or 5-star farmer, you have to find any sort of way you can to take out Pau. I know that's like one of the harder things you probably could do in life. You have to figure out a way, because Pau is just not letting any bullets go down. That's why it's so good he's up top. Here we go. Bottom looks to take a 2-game lead, putting Minority on match point. But Minority absolutely needs to get a dub here.
Minority, they wanted to start out aggressive, but I think it actually hurt them. They took more damage than they gave out. And look at line, 2 bullets from dying already on the left side.
This is just crazy. Oh, Pau though, taking some damage, unknown doing what he needs to do.
Oh no, Pau is 2 bullets from dying. You can't have that, especially at that top position. This is a good opportunity for Minority to move over. But you see SpongeBob and Sandy Cheeks coming up to help Pau because he's low.
Never would imagine here.
All right, we are back finally with our next matchup. Whoever wins this goes on to the semifinals, the upper bracket. We have Bikini Bottom on the left side and Canax on the right.
Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. Bikini Bottom, very, very good team. But Canax's defense has just been a spotlight throughout this entire tournament. Bikini Bottom, though, they want to take this. They want to go on and potentially get revenge for losing to Minority last week in the finals. And look at that. One of the Canax members is already dead.
What just happened?
Bikini Bottom played that to perfection, and Bikini Bottom took that push personally because now they are rushing. Now they're putting Canax into like a blender. What is happening?
Oh, no way.
What? That could have been one of the most dominant games I have ever seen.
What just happened?
XR from Canax decided, you know what? We are going to push Bikini Bottom's top members. And Bikini Bottom's top members just played that to perfection, took him out, and then just decided to aggro push themselves. And, well, the result speaks for itself because Canax gets taken out within 10 seconds of the first game. I can't believe that, Pinky. Wow.
Holy.
Woo.
All right.
Is there even a comeback for Canax after that?
That just destroys your momentum, your morale. Like, I don't know. I don't think they come back from that one, to be honest.
Yeah, XR must have got like got yelled at or something because he's being very good reserved. But look, now Bikini Bottom is going to do the same thing to them. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
They want to go play Minority so bad. They want to get revenge. What are we witnessing, Pinky?
Is this the best GSL team right now? Like, after seeing this match, like, I don't know if Minority is going to have a chance against this. Oh my gosh.
Well,
I don't even know what to say.
What? Bikini Bottom probably, yeah, like chat saying, or commenter saying, Bikini Bottom wanted to speed run through Canax so they can have an opportunity to go play Minority. And they just did that. I can't believe this. Bikini Bottom 2-0 sweeps Canax, with Canax having some of the best defense we've seen in this entire tournament. They were just left speechless. They were left confused. Canax was definitely checked, as Commander would say. Man, Bikini Bottom will go on to face Minority in the semifinals. But before we get that, we have Attractive versus Cajun in the losers round 2. It's gonna be a good game. I'm excited for this.
Yep. We're gonna go to a quick break. Do not go anywhere.
I opened Graal's first free house shop. Make sure to stay to the end for a surprise. I opened a shop where everything is free, and I also hid 2 secret items, a toolkit and 3,000 tro. I'm just going to invite random people at the trade tables to come and take a look at the shop and pick out whatever they want. Anyway, let's head to the trade tables. Our first shopper is Lily. Let's see what she picks out. I'm gonna let her get 2 items. She wants the Hugging Teddy and the red lightsaber toy. Alright, let's go and give her items. Alright, our second shopper is T. I'm actually going to let him pick 3 this time. Let's see what he picks. Is he going to see the tro? Ooh, he wants the ice pickaxe. He wants the star staff, or whatever it's called, I'm not sure. And this ice dagger. Alright, let's go give him his items. Alright, our third shopper, Zira. I'm gonna let her pick 2 items here. Taking her time. What's she gonna get? Oh, she wants the orb staff. All right, she gets one more item. What's she gonna choose?
All right, we're back, and this time we are going to be witnessing attractive play versus Cajun in the lower bracket. This is again going to be one game to redeem yourselves, and if you lose, you are out of this qualifier. Lots of pressure for both teams.
Jeez, yeah, indeed, Pinky. Both of these teams are very good. One of them is going to end their tournament lives right now. Unfortunately, Attractive has put themselves in this position where they need to win this. They don't want to be half of the last year's champions and then go out round 2 of the losers bracket. It'd be very unfortunate, but they're good enough where I think they could take it. I got Attractive winning this, and Master of Arts is putting on a master class performance against both of the top members for Cajun, and a player from Cajun's already being taken out. That is crazy. It's not looking good for Cajun. I think Attractive is just going to clean sweep this potentially. It's looking like it. Oh my goodness.
What?
We're witnessing some of the craziest aggressive just plays by these teams, Pinky. I don't even know.
And keep in mind, like, these teams in the lower bracket can make their way back to the finals and take this qualifier, take first place. And Attractive is looking very good.
I think should we just like get the next
let's
in
just,
since that was quick?
Let's just get the next team in. The next team's in. We have WB versus Ambrosius. That's gonna be our next match. Just waiting for them to be spawned in.
I don't even know, Pinky. Like that was so dominant. That was so dominant. Attractive, they took that lower bracket position, personally. They want to get back up top. It's tough because it's like right now you have like 6 teams. Technically, you have like 2 or 3 teams that are like powerhouses, and then like 4 or 5 others that are just like right there.
Yeah.
There's just so much talent. And the thing is, we don't even have Valentino playing this week either.
True.
We don't even have some of the best teams playing this week. That's what's so crazy about this. Minority, Bikini Bottom will become up next. But yeah, WB versus Ambrosius. Both of these teams are going to be good. I don't even know. There's just so much happening right now.
Oh man. All right, let's see who wins this. I want to see WB win this, I think. I want to see M7 Capone lead his team back through the lower bracket up to the upper bracket again. But we'll see what happens. They have 1 game to prove themselves.
But it's not a good start for them. Lynx and Kyrie Capone at that mid and top already taking a lot of damage. The bottom control for both teams has been very reserved so far, but that top and mid has just been a slaughter fest almost. Like these teams are looking very good. Jimmy D's trying to go for an aggressive push, but Lynx shuts that down very quickly.
M7 doing a great job holding this bottom against Player. You can see Player from Ambrosius kind of at the bottom mid section, just trying to get some shots off on Nico, but he's taking damage as well, still holding his ground. He can't get past because of the bullets. M7 is shooting up, and it looks like WB has this mid control and pushing Lorenzo back. Lorenzo trying to hold that top.
Something I don't think we've seen much today, Pinky, is when people get that top control, where they shoot down and they have the slightest inch of room where they can shoot down and potentially take the other team's bottom control out. And I think WB lost a member. I think it was Lynx. Oh no, that's unfortunate. They got to be careful here. Oh no, Lorenzo pushing in on WB. Lorenzo, I think, is playing very, very smart here. He's has some aggression. He takes some shots and then rushes back to his position. And look at that against Montreal. Oh my goodness, guys. WB loses another member. It is a 3v5. It's a 2v5. M7's got to clutch this. M7 can clutch this, baby.
Oh my gosh. Wait, he might do it.
Wait.
He might do it.
It's a 2v3.
No way.
It's a 2v2.
No way.
Jimmy D and number 1 under the sun versus M7 and Kyrie Capone. Oh my gosh. This has to be perfect, though. Both of the WD members are very low. M7, aggressive push in the corner.
Oh no.
He's got to be careful.
Oh my gosh.
What is this aggression from M7? He
Number one
doesn't
and
care how many
M7.
members.
They're both
He doesn't.
one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And both of them are being very reserved now. M7's in a spot where if he moves, he could be taken out because of that spread. Number one under the sun goes down. Ambrosius, the 5v2. This is crazy. And
No
the clutch
way.
of a lifetime. The clutch of a lifetime. M7 and Kyrie Kabode come back from basically nothing, 2v5, and take the dub.
Oh my goodness. I gotta watch this one part right here where they killed number one under the sun. You see Kyrie trying to shoot down, and then number one dies from M7's bullets. And that's when it turned for Ambrosius. That was one of the most insane endings we've ever seen in a GSL match. Just completely unreal. Oh man, who do we have next?
We should do the lower bracket, I think.
Lower bracket? All
Yeah,
right.
hype up the semifinals a little bit. So next we're going to be doing Canax versus Attractive. Wow, I just can't believe that clutch, dude.
That was insane.
That's unbelievable. And these are going to be. Should we switch to best of 3? I think we should switch to best of 3.
Yeah, and I think we already have the teams in here. We can just keep going. We got Canax on the left side. And Attractive on the right. This will be best of 3.
Ooh. I need to eat some sugar or something. I don't know.
This is insane. I don't even know.
Hold up. It's like one of the Canax members is trying to figure out where their 5th is.
That is
So they're
not
trying
good.
to ping their subs. They're trying to ping their guys. It's unfortunate. Attractive though. Half of Flushy. They're ready. They're looking to go. Oh my goodness, man. I'm just way hyped up
That was
from that last clutch.
I still have no words. That was insane.
And the predictions up while we're waiting. Let's talk about some predictions, Mickey.
Yes.
Canax versus
see.
Attractive. I'm gonna start us off. I just think Attractive just looked way too good in that last matchup in the lower bracket.
It's
I
true.
think how they played against Cajun was just so good, and I think Cajun's such a good team too. So unless Canax does something crazy here with their defense, I just think Attractive just does so well. And I really like it's crazy because like Attractive can do so many things with their lineups, right? With their members. But Master of Arts, when he was taking that top control against 2 of the Cajun members, he played it to perfection. It was absolutely perfect.
Definitely.
So I kind of want to see him back up top, and I know Einun is going to hold down that bottom position, so I don't think that's going to be a problem for them. They just have to figure out what they're going to do for that mid control, because I think that's what got them down to the losers bracket in the first place, is they just didn't know how to face off against B-Hop's mid control in that upper bracket. Anyways, Attractive on the right side, Canax is on the left side. Best of 3, round number 3 in the losers bracket. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, we're off.
This is no longer just one game. They can take this to a game 3. So a couple more chances to redeem themselves, get that momentum going in that lower bracket, hopefully make it to the finals where they may be able to force a bracket reset. A lot they have to overcome.
Yes.
Both these teams, lots of pressure, but they can definitely do it.
Yeah, totally agree. And starting off, it's kind of, it brings a question to my mind. I saw odds down at the bottom saying, bro, like he was a little frustrated. Maybe there's some miscommunication between positioning because they have little to no mid control presence. Like they have XR, but he's being pushed back from Heroic. Heroic's been playing that very well. It just looks like Attractive looks way more composed in this matchup. And Canax, you know, a very defensive team, very structured team. Kind of looks like they're all over the place right now. They have to figure out something out.
Look at Mao, Master of Arts, battling it out. It's an insane 1v1 matchup at the top. Master of Arts is trying to take out Mao, because once he takes Mao out, he can take that top control, shoot down, and it will most likely be over for Canax. I think this is more important that Canax realizes. I think they need to go up and support Mao here.
Absolutely right. That's a really good point, because yeah, Mao is holding that top position against one of the best spars in the world, Master of Arts. It's just going to be so tough. If Mao goes out, Master of Arts has just that position to shoot down on the Canax members. The Master of Arts is going to be taken out. XR with a very good push on Master of Arts. I don't think Master of Arts saw that coming from XR, to be honest with you.
Definitely not. Caught him off guard. That was what Canax needed. That's what we were saying before. Canax needs that support up top against Master of Arts. And it looks like score from Canax. It's taken out at the bottom, and Einun is pushing.
The veteran himself is making the smart moves. Takes 2 people out. Was that 3? What? Einun. This game has been a roller coaster of emotions. Einun that was just a crazy clutch. They're going to get game number 1 out of the best 3. We're going to be switching sides.
We're going to watch that. We're going to watch that again from Einun. Look at him holding this bottom. Pushes up, kills. Odds goes down. Unknown goes down. Mao goes down all at the same time. That was exactly what Attractive needed to win that round. Jeez.
And we're going to switch sides. Sorry, I had to drink some water there for a second. We're going to be switching sides. Attractive is on game point. They are going to be potentially moving on. Canax, they need to figure something out. They just looked sloppy. They look like they didn't really have the structure that we've seen from them before. They need to fix something. And this next game is the time to do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we are off. Look how passive Canax is being on that bottom control. They don't want to have a shootout with Attractive. They don't want to have that 50-50 chance with Attractive. They just want to sit back and defend, which Canax is a defensive team, but I don't even know if that's the right strategy here. You don't want to give Attractive any sort of momentum, any sort of positioning. And that's exactly what B-Hop did against Attractive in that upper bracket. They just did not make they took that comfortability factor out of Attractive's game, and that's what screwed him up. But Canax is just giving any sort of leeway to Attractive. It literally could do anything right now.
I think Attractive learned their lesson from last game when XR pushed up and killed Master of Arts. So now Heroic is kind of helping Master of Arts at the top. Unknown gets taken out from Canax at the bottom. Score is about to be taken out as well. He's 1 HP. Kaput moves down, shoots him, takes him out. Looks like Odds from Canax. XR from Canax. Oh my goodness, wait. What is happening here?
That is it.
That's it.
Jeez.
That all happened so fast. I couldn't keep up.
Seriously. That is crazy. Attractive takes the series. Canax, unfortunately, they are going to be out of the tournament today. But hey, you know what? Gotta respect both teams. Canax, a very defensive team, very good team. They just looked a little sloppy in this matchup. They looked a little sloppy against Attractive, and unfortunately for them, came back to bite them in the butt. For our next matchup, though, we have another losers round. We are slowly getting to the result of the whole tournament here. B-Hop, very good B-Hop team versus WB, who just came off one of the best clutches I think we've ever seen in GSL.
Definitely. And we're just getting this match started right here. We're not going to go to a break. We're just going to get ready. We have B-Hop versus WB. I'm ready for this matchup.
I grab a water bottle again. Drinking like 3 water bottles. Oh, geez. We're starting. Best of 3.
We're in.
WB on the right. B-Hop is on the left. Both of these teams have a lot to prove here. A chance at potentially qualifying for the main event. Ooh, M7 goes for a 50 versus Black Cloak, but unfortunately for them, for M7, he had to back off. Black Cloak had the position advantage.
And I love watching $sign at the bottom. He knows exactly where to shoot above those pillars to get the perfect angle on Montreal Capone, the bottom right. It looks like Lynx is doing a... What is that push from Lynx? I don't even know why he did that.
Yeah, I can't explain what just happened other than I think maybe a little bit of frustration. Wow, that's a perfect sweep on WB. I think that was a little bit of frustration from Lynx and from WB members because they've had a very, structured team so far, but they just couldn't get any sort of ground. B-Hop is just perfect with their shots. They knew exactly what they needed to do, and that's exactly what they did. But yeah, Lynx rushing in. You gotta think if you're WD, if you gotta think if you're your team, what are you doing, Lynx? You can't do that in a position like this. We'll see what happens though. Lynx could have hopefully he has like a comeback game and goes crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, that was really unfortunate for WB, but we'll see if they can bring it back. This is their last chance to stay alive. See if they can do it.
Yeah, they switched sides, so maybe that's gonna be a factor. Once again, they just don't want to. WB just doesn't want to rush and have these 50-50 close shootouts with B-Hop, and Kyrie already goes out. Lynx is going to be going out here in a second. He goes out too. Montreal goes out. Is this a perfect sweep?
What is happening?
We just witnessed a perfect sweep from B-Hop. Oh my goodness.
I don't even know what to say.
That
was
is
just
unbelievable.
dominant. Sure.
And also,
Oh,
Pinky,
man.
I gotta mention this real quick. I didn't even realize there are 4 teams left in this tournament or in this week, and 2 of them qualified last week. So we have this week's 2 qualifiers
No way.
already. B-Hop and Attractive are going to be qualifying for the main event. Now we're playing for prizes.
Let's go for our next. Let's see, are we doing that next? Round 4?
Yeah.
Losers round 4?
No, sorry. Minority, Bikini Bottom.
Oh, okay. So we're going to the semifinals of the upper bracket. Yeah, guys, this is going to be Minority versus Bikini Bottom. Going to be one of the best series today, guaranteed. We'll be back after a quick break.
Oh
my goodness. It's even.
Shoot off.
Oh.
No way! You're kidding me! Lamar with the comeback of a lifetime.
Watt is just a different team. 2 qualifiers.
Back again. Chino looks like he wants to be
There's no way. There's no way.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Road to Gold Umbrella. In this episode, I made 150k in profit, so make sure to watch the entire video to see how I did it. For the first trade of this video, I bought a palm umbrella for 241k. Then I sold it for 280k, making 39k profit.
Yo, we're back. We have our semifinals match almost ready to go. We're just waiting on a couple players for Minority. But yeah, we have Minority on the left side, Bikini Bottom on the right side. This is the match I have been waiting all day to see. This is going to be insane.
Yeah, you know, we saw these two teams last week play, and Bikini Bottom was so close to beating Minority, but Minority just had a crazy lower bracket run to beat Bikini Bottom and get that first place spot. However, when this tournament started today, I think all of us who have been following saw Bikini Bottom, saw Minority on the bracket, and we're just hoping and praying we saw a matchup between these two.
Yes.
We have to see this matchup, and we're about to. I don't know what's going to happen, though, Pinky, because once again, Bikini Bottom doesn't have Vood.
True.
They don't have their leader. They don't have Pow.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going that crazy, how they're going this crazy without them, but they pulled it off.
If they can take out Minority without their leader, Bikini Bottom puts themselves at potentially #1 in the world.
Definitely.
This is the best of 3.
Yeah, we saw
Minorities on the left.
What was it last week? We had Bikini Bottom versus Minority.
In the
And Minority, yeah, Minority won, but Bikini Bottom had been so dominant that I definitely thought they were gonna win last week.
Yeah.
But this is their chance to prove themselves.
Yep.
Win the second qualifier.
Look at Unknown for Minority just pushing in super aggro to start. Wow. I actually can't believe that.
I've noticed
But
Bikini
Unknown
Bottom
for Minority just gets taken out by Larry. They just had
way.
it. They're chasing. They're playing tag. Larry Lobster, though, he's got to be careful. Roy is just outplaying them at the bottom. Oh my gosh, this is chaos. Pinky, this is chaos. My head hurts watching this so far.
Where's Sandy Cheeks going?
There's no
Just
structure.
switch sides. Player from Minority is gone. I thought this would be like such a long match, like with more strategy involved, but this is just chaos. I don't know what's going on.
It's a 5v3, but that doesn't mean anything. I think we saw a similar situation to this last week in the finals, and Minority came out clutch. But player for Minority goes down as a 5v2. Roy, down 1 in speed, takes out FaZe. Oh, it's a 3v2 now.
What?
This is what I'm saying, man. You can't count out Minority ever.
This is unreal. There's no way they come back from this, right? There's no way Minority takes this back.
That's what you assume for any other team in the world. But Minority is built different. They brought this back from a 5v2 to a 3v2. Now, both of their players are very, very low, so you got to be careful here. You could tell there's more of a reserve from Bikini Bottom. That aggression that they initially stored. Oh, it's a 2v1.
No way. If Unknown can pull this off, this would be the best 1v2. Oh my gosh.
Unknown has been flawless so far. He has not taken any damage in the last 30 seconds. He's played this perfection to perfection for his team. Kev, he needs to clutch up. All of a sudden, the Minority momentum is real, and Kev clutches up, takes game #1. Says easy. Oh, he's talking trash. I don't know if that's the move, man.
I don't know.
Blew a 5v2.
And I think that was the first 1v1 we've seen in GSL so far. And so that was just insane. We love to see 1v1s. We love to see it come down to that. It gets so intense. Yeah, that was so close. Minority almost came back from that, which would have been unbelievable. One of the best highlights. But still crazy how Minority came back from that.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. Minority, Unknown for Minority, played a near perfect game. He was the glue the team needed when they were down 5-2. And so at this point, I don't even know. Minority had momentum at the end. Kev just clutched up. I don't even know what's gonna happen. This is crazy.
Oh man, but we're about to find out if Bikini Bottom can sweep Minority. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think Minority is gonna take this one, but anything can happen. Bikini Bottom has been so dominant this qualifier.
SpongeBob for Bikini Bottom is that 1 HP. He's got to be very, very careful here. However, once again, these guys are just being way more aggressive than before. I don't know why. These guys just want all the smoke possible. Kev from Bikini Bottom taking some damage. He's got to be careful here. FaZe is holding the bottom as well as he can. This is tough. You gotta think the minority has the momentum here, pushing Bikini Bottom to the wall of shame. This just isn't good for Bikini Bottom. And Roy just takes out FaZe.
What is going on? I can't even follow this. There's no structure.
I can't either. There is literally no structure.
Bikini Bottom is just like traveling, doing their own thing, but 2 Bikini Bottom members are down.
It's 2v5. Can we switch things up? See, this is what Bikini Bottom needed to do when they were 2v5.
Larry takes out Unknown, but he gets taken out, and it's up to Sandy Cheeks. Up to Sandy Cheeks to carry Bikini Bottom, but he gets taken out. We are going to go to a game 3. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
What happened?
I don't even know. I couldn't even commentate that. I couldn't tell what was happening.
Something I've noticed is these guys both have glimpses of a player rushing to the opposite side, trying to do some damage, taking some damage, and then running back. And I think both teams were doing that. But unfortunately, Bikini Bottom, their moves were just not as good as Minority. It's going to a game 3. Whoever wins this goes and solidifies their spot in the finals. Whoever doesn't win goes on to the losers finals and awaits whoever they play, either Attractive or B-Hop. Oh, jeez, there's so many good teams left.
Ooh.
Here we go. Bikini Bottom on the right, Minority on the left. If they're not, Bikini Bottom doesn't want to take too much risk, and I say that, and then Kev just rushes in, does some damage to player, solidifies that mid-bottom position.
Look at SpongeBob holding this dangerous position for Bikini Bottom. He's so pushed forward, but still managing to dodge all of these bullets from Minority. Player from Minority at bottom left, taking some damage as well. It's Larry versus Unknown. Sandy Cheeks versus Unknown as well at the top. Sandy Cheeks pushing player at the mid. Player from Minority is on the wrong side. What is going on? Larry gets taken out from Bikini Bottom. Unknown is 1 HP. Kev is 1 HP. Unknown is 1 HP on the right. Kev gets taken out.
We have someone accidentally spawning in.
No way.
That glitch. Oh no. It's a 3v2 now. Oh no. It's a 2v2 to go to the finals.
No way it comes down to this. We got to get Super out of here. There he goes. He's out of here.
You're stressed.
Holy. Oh man, but I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know who wins this. To come down to a 2v2, this is just perfect for this to come down to a 2v2.
I think Minority has to win this. They have the HP advantage. FaZe and SpongeBob, I know, are like 1 HP. They got to be careful here. FaZe is trying to do some sort of counter attack. I don't even know, man. This is tough. And he's getting 2v1'd. Or, yeah, kind of. Oh. SpongeBob is now 2v1'd.
It's not looking good for SpongeBob.
SpongeBob goes. Oh, no.
This 1v2. Oh, and FaZe
loses.
Minority takes it.
Oh my gosh, Roy saying he got 4 of the kills. Is that true?
That is
Minority
unreal.
Solidifies their spot in the finals for the 2nd week in a row. Oh my goodness, guys. This is why we do GSL, for moments like this.
Oh my goodness. And next we have B-Hop versus Attractive, right? Oh my gosh, this is going to be insane. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Road to Gold Umbrella. In this episode, I made 150k in profit, so make sure to watch the entire video to see how I did it. For the first trade of this video, I bought a palm umbrella for 241k. Then I sold it for 280k, making 39k profit. Here, I bought a black cape for 92k. Then I sold the black cape for 125k, making 33k in profit off of this one item.
All right, we're back with our next matchup. This is another lower bracket round. It's round 4, B-Hop versus Attractive. Just a reminder, whoever wins this, best of 3, will move on to play Bikini Bottom in the lower bracket finals.
Oh gosh, there's just too much, Pinky. Attractive's on the right side, B-Hop's on the left side. B-Hop is the only team that's taken Attractive out in that first round. So maybe B-Hop is Attractive's kryptonite. However, Attractive looks very aggressive to start. Wow. Did not see that coming from Attractive, but you know what? It is what it is. Kaput has to drop back 2 HP already. That's not a good sign if you're an Attractive member.
And I've loved watching Black Cloak have that mid control. He has to back up, and wait, their B-Hop is just pushing. Master of Arts goes down. Attractive is just taking over. But wait, Dollar Sign brought it back. Wait, what just happened? Wait, what?
I don't even know. I'm
sorry. I have to go to this again. I have to watch this. I want to see what happened here. Like, I thought Attractive had it down, but then B-Hop just had that aggressive push. Man, I could not keep up with that, whatever just happened.
Wow. Wow. These guys are just so good. B-Hop is just a team that's come out of nowhere. And they're taking down half of the Season 1 champs. Attractive's got to do something to counter this B-Hop aggression. This is just unreal. And Heroic, he doesn't even want to try for that mid position against Black Cloak. My gosh. Okay, it's definitely been more of a reserve game though. That's, I think, what Attractive needs.
Yeah, for sure. They have to control B-Hop. Got to control these aggressive pushes. Keep that defense up. And Kaput is doing a great job at this bottom, holding off Gold Cloak and Black Cloak Dollar Sign.
Yes.
Gosh, these names. Can't.
I know, they're all way too similar. It hurts. Black Cloak from B-Hop though is 1 HP. Master of Arts is playing this very, very well up top. Taking Ico down to damage. Oh my gosh, Gold Cloak is 1 HP as well. Black Cloak Dollar Sign just goes out. We have like 3 of the 4 remaining B-Hop members are very low. Player from Attractive. Geez, so many names.
And
oh my gosh, wait, is it 2? 3v what?
Einun just went crazy. Wait. I can't keep up. Watch this. Watch this play from Einun. Look, watch Einun here. He realizes he can move up. He has the opportunity to take Black Cloak out. Takes him out, and then he eventually moves up and takes out Gold Cloak. What an insane play from Einun.
He's the veteran. He's the leader for a reason. Mans goes crazy. And now it's going to be sent to a game number 3 to see who goes on to play Bikini Bottom in the losers bracket final. Woo!
Ooh. That's going
That's
to
going
be
to be a good
insane.
matchup because that Bikini Bottom, basically Raw versus Flushy, you know, the rivalry, the top 2 in the last few years, they could have a chance to play. However, B-Hop, they're a team coming out of nowhere. They just have to figure out a way to do more damage there at the beginning, because that's honestly what it came down to, right? Like, that first game, B-Hop was super aggressive and just did so much damage to start. And Attractive just didn't know how to counter that. But this time, Attractive took control of the reins. They came out and made B-Hop, they took them out of their comfort zone. I think, honestly, that's what the series is going to come down to. Whatever team can make the other team not comfortable, that's just who's going to win. Here we go. Attractive on the right, B-Hop on the left. Whoever wins goes on to face Bikini Bottom in the losers bracket final.
My gosh, look at $sign holding that bottom. It's just chaos in the middle. Kaput and Player trying to make aggressive pushes, but just being pushed back.
That was something that was super clutch for Attractive in the game number 1. It was Kaput's aggression in that mid-bottom position. But I think B-Hop has recognized that. They're not giving Kaput any sort of room to operate any sort of operations.
And look at Black Cloak. He's the best at holding that middle section.
Which one?
Yeah. And look at Aiko. He's taking top control from Master of Arts, just 1v1ing him, but also taking some damage. Player from Attractive goes down on that right side.
Oh no. Attractive loses a member, instantly goes at a disadvantage in terms of members. It's so unfortunate for Attractive. They need to figure out a way to bounce back. I know a few of the B-Hop members are very low HP. Oh, Gold Cloak is trying to pull something fast on Einun. Heroic is in such a tough spot. He can't move anywhere. Oh, geez, this is so awkward for Attractive. Your Master of Arts, you need to figure out something to take out Aiko, to push him back so you can shoot down. Because everywhere else is just a struggle for Attractive right now, even though they technically have the advantage in terms of the ground.
Definitely a tough spot for Attractive. See Master of Arts trying to hold that top, as well as Aiko from B-Hop. Aiko has to be careful. He's 1 HP. Master of Arts pushes back to that top right. Still trying to get some shots. If he can take out Aiko, this could be exactly what Attractive needs. And I think he realizes that. He's trying to get a little more aggressive at that top area. It seems to be a little slow down at the bottom. If we see something happen here at the top, that could be exactly what Attractive needs.
Yeah, totally. And it's you know what? Going down one player is one thing. A team can survive. A good team like Attractive can survive. Going down 2 players adds the level of stress and pressure by like 30%. Like, going down 2 players is not very good, because then the other team can just send like a Russian, don't care if you die type of player. Like, geez, there's just so much that can go wrong. Master of Arts, 1 shot away from taking out Aiko. He needs to do that. Aiko is giving so much issues for that top position, for not allowing Master of Arts. And he does! He takes him out! Just as I was saying that. Look at that. And Master of Arts automatically gets some aggression. Gold Cloak, however, gets subbed in to take that top position against Master of Arts. And Black Cloak $sign goes out. Suddenly, the momentum shifts towards Attractive.
Oh man, this is unreal. And Einun has to stay alive for Attractive. He's 1 HP at the bottom. Master of Arts is trying to find an opportunity to shoot down at Gold Cloak, Black Cloak, both Black Cloaks. And look at Kaput. This is a dangerous spot for him to be in. And he takes damage.
Takes the damage. Yep.
He moves back.
He did not. I don't think he had the gun side advantage for the position he was in. Oh, and they're pushing Attractive back. You know, even the down a member, they're still being very aggressive. That's what I love about.
Oh my. Wait, who just died? Black Cloak from B-Hop. This is not looking good for B-Hop.
Oh, I disconnected for a second.
I heard that. Yeah.
And Attractive is moving on. I can't believe that B-Hop had complete advantage in terms of the match. And Attractive, you know, shout out to Master of Arts. Shout out to everybody. Master of Arts. Man, I mentioned he needed to take out Aiko so bad because Aiko was just stalling that advantage, that progression. And he did that in Master of Arts. It just proves why he's one of the best in the world. Moves on to play. Ooh. Attractive versus Bikini Bottom. That is a crazy matchup. And we'll have that here in just a second.
Yep. We're going to go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, I'm sure we all know the Graal YouTuber that goes by the name of Mr. London Nuts. And if you don't, get educated. Just kidding. Well, sorta. Mr. London Nuts was a YouTuber who made Graal era animations. Mr. London Nuts' videos started to surface in the early stages of 2014. The earliest video on his channel is his 100 subscriber special with 13,000 views. The rise of Mr. London Nuts was nothing short of amazing. Growing at rapid rates, he quickly became the face of Graal Online YouTube, gaining over 19,000 subs. Mr. London Nuts' future on YouTube seemed to be very, very bright. But what happened to this GraalTube phenom? His last video he ever made was a video titled Graal Era Milk and Cookies Prologue, which was uploaded in March 10th of 2018. That is literally almost 5 years ago. A lot of people have since questioned where he went, but I am here to ask the question, what if Mr. London Nuts did not quit YouTube? Now, this is pure speculation, like, we don't really know what would happen, but like, let's just play around with some concepts here. So, once again, Mr. London Nuts' growth was crazy. His most viewed video got almost 200,000 views. Not only was this beneficial to the channel and his growth, but also towards Graal Online as a whole. His videos would reach out to all sorts of new players. Graal at the time probably wasn't advertising, but Mr. London Nuts was. Whether you realize it or not, people who make content for a game are essentially advertising for the game. His content reached further than active players, and I know that for a fact. It was a hook for players to come in and try the game out. He was even on the Arago billboard, so he was literally the face of Graal if you think about it. Now, let's think about what would it be like if Mr. London Nuts didn't quit YouTube. I do think if he kept going, he would have been well over 40,000 subs, if not more. And I do think the game would be in a better place in terms of the player base. His influence on the game went beyond his advertisement and his channel. It also served as an inspiration to others. I know that so many YouTubers were started because of Mr. London Nuts. I know for a fact.
All right, we are back. We are finally back with the finals of the losers bracket, or the redemption bracket, as we call it. We have Bikini Bottom versus Attractive. Ooh, this is going to be good.
You know, huge shout out to specifically Attractive. They started losers bracket round 1. So they have climbed the tough ladder this entire time. And now they're facing off against their old rival, Bikini Bottom, in a best of 3 to go on to the finals, play Minority. Let's see what happens. Kaput and Kev just trading shots, and somehow Kev is comes out like victorious in that. That's crazy.
Look at Sandy Cheeks just holding that midsection. No fear. Master of Arts pushing aggressively, pushing Larry. I don't know what's happening. Master of Arts just trying to hold Larry back. Sandy Cheeks trying to get an advantage at the middle. SpongeBob in a dangerous position at the bottom.
I don't think Master of Arts was expecting this crazy psycho mentality of Larry the Lobster. This guy is going crazy. He just doesn't care. You know, normally that top position holds and defends. That's typically like what we see from top position. But Larry is just psycho. He doesn't care about defending. He just wants to attack. And Bikini Bottom has suddenly put Attractive on the wall of shame. However, they both traded 1 member, so it's a 4v4. Still anybody's game.
And Bikini Bottom, I think they have the advantage here. They're pushing Attractive to this far wall. If Attractive can just get some shots, maybe a kill, they can bring this back. They have to get out of this position.
SpongeBob took Heroic down to 1 HP. Now SpongeBob has to retreat a little bit. Same with Kev, because they're both 1 HP. Man, it's just like, it's crazy how fast momentum can shift in these things.
Insane.
Look at that aggressive push from Ainun. You know, he was on that bottom left pillar and then decides to rush in when no one was expecting it. And now currently has that bottom technical position advantage.
Yeah,
Oh.
Larry holding this top. SpongeBob holding the middle. Master of Arts no longer at the top. Helping with Heroic or Kaput. Looks like it's going to be Kaput versus Larry at the top. Larry gets taken out. And look at Master of Arts gets taken out from Attractive. It's a 3v2 right now. It's a 3v1.
3v1. Oh, 2v1. His body blocked him.
No way.
Oh, way. There's no way.
He farted on him. No.
SpongeBob got body blocked from Einun's body. That's crazy.
That's the strat.
That is the strat. Just die, I guess. Wow.
That's good.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Attractive takes game number 1. That is awesome. And now I think we're going to be getting everyone switch sides. Awesome. What does Bikini Bottom have to do? Because they started out so strong. Started out so amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just tough.
You know, like, I just feel like some of these teams are very, like, they start out so strong, but then their almost strong start is just way, like, it's just too much. And then, like, the other team can just get a grip on the situation and then just go ham. And that's exactly what Attractive did. They played it to perfection. Master Arch said, shout out to Bamboozle and Pinky. True. Thank you.
Sir.
Also, I don't think we've mentioned this that much. Shout out to Juns for taking the time out of his day to, you know, help us out here to host this. It really takes a lot of pressure off of us. So shout out to Jun. Shout out to Toons Lab. Shout out to Commander for helping us out with this stuff too.
Definitely. It takes a lot of people to run this. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we would be veins would be popping out of our heads if it was just us doing this all.
Definitely. And it looks like Bikini Bottom needs a little more time. So in the meantime, we'll read off some follows. Worldwide 617, thank you for the follows. Sunny Pop 2, Saliv 17, Gara Dusk 1, Flicks with Nick, Vel Hermosia, Rue, Nene, Zydine, and Eater 79. Thank you.
What's his name?
His name is Eater 79.
Oh, really? That was something else.
Oh, man.
I think we're waiting for we're waiting for Kev. Did Kev disconnect? He might have disconnected or something.
Looks like it. Bikini Bottom is saying 4v5, let's run it. You got someone chanting in the chat. Give me an A. Give me a C. Give me a T. Yeah, what does that spell? Attractive. I don't think you got that one right, but I like the spirit. I like the spirit.
Wait, no, there's a few messages above it. Look above. ATTRACTIVE.
Okay, yeah, you got it. You got it. There we go. I like it. I like it.
Wait, is Bikini Bottom really trying to run with 4?
Apparently his phone died. How do you not play while charging your phone?
Apparently, Master of Arts from Attractive wants to level this. He's saying he's going to send Aina top right. A game number 3. And you don't want the advantage. You want it. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's actually Giga Chad. Sigma Energy.
No
Holy.
way.
Einun is just going to play back. It's true. He's not going to do anything. It's a 4v4. Attractive respected it.
I respect that. I respect that.
I do too. You can't not. You know what? Shout out to both of these teams. Shout out to mainly Attractive for letting that happen. not having Einon is crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you would keep Einon out of this. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we'll see. Good sportsmanship, Commander says. Yeah, for sure. Love to see it.
I think the highlight matchup between these teams is Larry versus Master of Arts. They've been having a grudge match up at top. Game number 1, Larry just rushed like there was no tomorrow and took Master of Arts almost out to like 0 HP. So that is definitely the highlight match. I think everyone else is just playing very like passive.
Yeah, Bikini Bottom is we've seen their chaotic pushes. No strategy, it seems. And now it looks like they're toning it down a little, trying to take it slow. It's only a 4v4.
Also, someone just spawned in, and Einon pulls out the clutch sparring skills and took him out before they could do any damage to anybody. Respect that. Einon's next level. That was awesome. Reminds me of when someone rushes the field during a sports event and someone just tackles them.
Yeah, those are the best. Yeah. There's 1v1 at the top. Larry and Master, 2 of the best top players in GSL. Interesting to see who... I'm interested in seeing who is going to win that. Heroic holding that middle position. Sandy Cheeks just kind of staying back. We usually see Sandy being the aggressor, but she's just deciding to stay back.
Yeah, Sandy Cheeks and Heroic were kind of trading positions at that midfield, and Heroic makes an aggro push. Oh, they're tagging. That's fair. I think that's fair.
Tag team, that's good. That's good.
I respect it. This is crazy. Tag team 2v2 in GSL. Maybe that should be a category.
Yeah. That'd be sick, actually.
That actually would be cool. But yeah, Larry the Lobster all of a sudden has to deal with Einon. Oh, jeez. I mean, that's just, you lose one of the people you're facing off against, and then you gain another tough person to face off. So, the task is not easy. But Larry's so good, he can deal with it. I think this has probably been one of the longer games we've seen today.
Definitely.
Oh, Sandy Cheeks, that was an amazing push. Sometimes that's all it takes. You have to wait for the right moment, and then you just rush in. Like, I don't think people realize the effectiveness and all of this, like how much of an impact 1 HP can do. And look at Attractive. They're pushed to the wall of shame suddenly. Oh, that is going to probably be it for Attractive. Unless a miracle can happen. No! Bikini Bottom with 4 members. They take out Attractive. Oh, no. Attractive respected the 4v4, and it came back to bite them in the butt. I can't believe that. So Bikini Bottom is going back to the finals to face off against Minority to hopefully get a win this time.
Wait, was that hold on.
What?
Okay, yeah, never mind. Sorry, having a little glitch with the stream. Yeah, so next we have Minority versus Bikini Bottom. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. But yeah, we'll be back after a quick 2-minute break.
Want to be rich in Graal Online era? In this video, I'll show you the best method. I've been searching YouTube lately, and I see all these videos on how to make a ton of growlets, but every single video is the same. They all tell you to grind jobs. While grinding jobs can definitely get you a lot of growlets, it's going to take a very, very long time. The method I'm going to talk about isn't exactly a get-rich-quick method, as it will still take lots of work and patience, but I believe it is much more effective than grinding jobs. The method? Trading. Let me explain. For the past couple months, I've been making a ton of profit in my Road to Gold Umbrella series. Make sure to check them out if you haven't seen them already. But what I learned is that you can actually exchange your tro for other sellables that are worth more and then sell them for growlets. While the exchange rate is always changing, I was able to exchange each Trocious for 7 growlets worth in other sellables. This means that 1,000 tro would get you 7,000 growlets, and 10,000 tro would get you 70,000 growlets, and so on. Now, this means you will have to become good at trading and make lots of profit. You'll start out slow, but the more you trade, the easier it becomes.
Sorry, we had a little issue with the stream, but we are back, and we have the series is still tied. Bikini Bottom versus Attractive. This is game 3. Just got a little confusing because of the 4v Bikini Bottom not having one of their members.
Yeah, that's on me, guys. That's on me. I don't know why I thought Bikini Bottom won game 1 and Attractive won game 2. But I don't know. Maybe that's just, I guess the lack of brain cells in my body just really showed through. So,
all good.
Oh, Sandy Cheek says, I want to call my super sub Poopy Panda. Listen, guys. I am the GOAT.
Facts.
I am a staff GST champion, self-proclaimed MVP. I don't think it would be fair. I don't think it'd be fair if I opt in.
Yeah, you just demolish everyone.
Exactly.
I can
there'd be no point of doing this stream, so
yeah. They also said to sub me in, and I'm down too. You could put me in. I'm not very good.
Probably not the best decision.
You know,
yeah,
I've been practicing. I've been grinding.
That great, to be honest with you. I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on.
I think Commander would do better, and that's saying something.
Come on. Yeah, but Commander can't use his dragon rifle. He's got to use the MPX.
Oh, yeah, but he's got the bald buff.
Okay, dude. Oh man,
here we go.
That's good.
All right, it's gonna be a 4v4, but this is Attractive's doing a tag team method, so kind of the same as they did before. All right, wow, game 3. You know what? Once again, my bad. That's on me for just jumping the gun and thinking that Bikini Bottom won. I don't know why I did that.
It's understandable. It was a little confusing when Bikini Bottom wasn't able to have a member. Kind of got chaotic, but yeah. Master of Arts sitting this out. Looks like they're gonna tag team that. And Attractive, you see Kaput in a really dangerous spot. A lot of players like to hold that position. Eventually they get pushed back from it though.
Yeah, this is kind of been a back and forth. Attractive has more of the aggressive push, even though it's kind of passive. They have more ground. They're pushing Bikini Bottom back. Bikini Bottom is kind of in like a straight line of just holding their positions. Both of these teams know how good each other are. They both know how the damage is that can be done if you give them even an ounce of space. So it just becomes defensive play. And honestly, I respect that.
Yeah, we see Ainun staying back. Sandy Cheeks, Larry the Lobster not getting too aggressive. Even though that's when they play their best. They're just sitting it out, staying at that far right side. Master of Arts holding that top, controlling that top, finding ways to shoot down. It's a 1v1 Master of Arts versus Larry at the top. Kaput and FaZe both taking damage at the bottom.
Look at SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, look at this push.
What is he doing? I don't think you realize how amazing that push was from SpongeBob. I think he only did 1 HP, but he attracted like a magnet 3 of the Attractive members to lose their position to chase him down. That was so clutch. SpongeBob just gave Bikini Bottom like a pretty dominant positioning. That was actually very impressive. I did not think that was a good idea at first, but then it worked. It worked out really well for them.
Yeah, that's what they're best at. Bikini Bottom, those aggressive pushes. They seem to be really good at them, like perfecting them. But look at Heroic trying to chase down SpongeBob. SpongeBob doing damage on Master of Arts. Master of Arts cannot die. One of the best players on Attractive. But Unknown gets taken out.
Oh, but they have a backup because Ainun. It's a 4v4 again. That's just what Bikini Bottom signed up for when they lost their member. At any point, Attractive can just bring in that last man. So Bikini Bottom has a lot to do on their hands. Now they have a member, Ainun, one of the best players. Oh, but Master of Arts gets taken out.
Away.
Oh, what is this push? What just happened?
Wait,
What just happened?
it's a 4v1. It's up to Einun. I don't understand.
What just happened out of nowhere? All of the players just died. I don't even know what to say, Pinky.
I mean, Einun's staying alive, but this is going to be pretty impossible to pull off this 1v4. Bikini Bottom is...
Oh.
Wait, he takes out Larry. There's no way this happens, right?
Go, Einun. You always want this to happen for the theatrics of it.
Yeah, especially since they were willing to set a man aside for this game.
Yeah, Bikini Bottom should allow 1v1s now.
That would be good. And he gets taken out.
Oh, unfortunately for Einun, that is going to be it for them. But they already qualified. Attractive qualified. They're good.
Definitely.
So they are going to... Their tournament is going to be ending here. Bikini Bottom once again. Now I'm going to officially say it. Actually, double check. We're all good. Officially say Bikini Bottom is going back to the finals to play against Minority for the second week in a row. Oof. I hope that they can figure out their 5th position because I don't know. Not every team is going to be so friendly with a sub out. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not. But yeah, we'll be back after this 2-minute break for the finals.
Want to be rich in Graal Online era? In this video, I'll show you the best method. I've been searching YouTube lately and I see all these videos on how to make a ton of growlets, but every single video is the same. They all tell you to grind jobs. While grinding jobs can definitely get you a lot of growlets, it's going to take a very, very long time. The method I'm going to talk about isn't exactly a get-rich-quick method, as it will still take lots of work and patience, but I believe it is much more effective than grinding jobs. The method? Trading. Let me explain. For the past couple months, I've been making a ton of profit in my Road to Gold Umbrella series. Make sure to check them out if you haven't seen them already. But what I learned is that you can actually exchange your tro for other sellables that are worth more and then sell them for growlets. While the exchange rate is always changing, I was able to exchange each Trocious for 7 growlets worth in other sellables. This means that 1,000 tro would get you 7,000 growlets, and 10,000 tro would get you 70,000 growlets, and so on. Now, this means you will have to become good at trading and make lots of profit. You'll start out slow, but the more you trade, the easier it becomes to make profit. In fact, I have had several trades where I've made more than 75k profit. Now, I don't just sell all my profit for growlets, as I like to keep most of it to buy items and keep making more profit. So a good rule of thumb is to sell 10 to 20% of your profit for growlets. This will allow you to continue making profit while also earning growlets. This method is great if you want to save for a certain weapon, win auctions, or anything else you can think of. Let me know if you guys agree with this down in the comments, or if you think you have a better method, let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
You have Kev or whoever's taking the bottom, just holding as much as you can. And then you have Pow, who Food and a few other people have told me is the best 1v1 spar in the world. That's just tough. You have 5 members who are 5 top tier players. And also a fan favorite, Zik, in the chat. Yeah, everybody's a fan of Zik, so the glazing's tough. You just have 5 superstars on a team. It's a super team. This Bikini Bottom is a super team, and they wanted to come up. They wanted to defend Bikini Bottom, save Bikini Bottom, whatever their logo was. If you're minority, you know, you have to play this perfectly, absolutely perfectly, 0 flaws, up top, down low, in the middle, because one little mistake, they're just going to capitalize on it. Specifically up top, if you're unknown or 5-star farmer, you have to find...
Welcome back, guys. We are here with our final match. It is going to be Bikini Bottom versus Minority. Same matchup we had last week, last qualifier. See if Bikini Bottom can redeem themselves. They're just waiting on their 5th member who was missing last match. Yeah, this is going to be such a good series. Best of 5.
Oh, geez, there's a lot that can happen here. Obviously, Minority has the advantage. You know, they have that bracket reset if needed, so they have a little bit of leeway. They have looked to be the better team, I'd say. I mean, they played Bikini Bottom in the semifinals. They beat them 2-1, and that third game was just a slaughter fest almost. But basically, yeah, you know what? Minority, this team is just so good. I think they're becoming one of the new powerhouses of this scene. And Bikini Bottom, this is a perfect opportunity though to regain that #1 spot.
Definitely. I want to see them redeem themselves. I want to see Bikini Bottom redeem themselves. But if Minority takes this, that would be crazy. 2 qualifiers in a row. Oh man, that would just be crazy. Looks like we're about to get ready.
Ooh, Doc has arrived. Dang, Doc's coming in.
Let's go.
His status says you do not know the first thing about being a true villain. Uh-oh, the villain arc begins.
Oh no.
He's saying his charger's broken. His low battery. Oh no. Was there a prediction for this?
Yeah, if you guys want to predict with your points, let's
What did we get?
see what it's at. 100% for Bikini Bottom. 0% for Minority.
Okay,
What?
I genuinely do think that it's gonna be like Bikini Bottom will be picked regardless because there's just so many fans.
True.
So I think it'll be 100% for Bikini Bottom no matter what.
Yeah, I think we're almost ready to go. Here we go.
Oh,
10
here we go.
seconds.
10 seconds to start the finals. Bikini Bottom on the left, Minorities on the right. Bikini Bottom is looking to get revenge for the 2 times that Minority has beat them. Here we go. Doc and Sandy, very structured mid-control. However, it's Unknown in line versus Larry the Lobster up top. And they're getting position already. Sandy Cheeks is 2 shots. Wow. That everything above mid is just been chaos. The bottom control is pretty chill. Strategically though, Bikini Bottom is switching players around, sending the more HP players to the spots that needed the most. Larry the Lobster trying to do something, anything for his team.
Minority had they had the advantage holding that mid, holding that top, and they're getting it back right now. Bikini Bottom is so good at pushing them back though. Larry has a lot of health. He can afford to take some damage. And Doc from Bikini Bottom gets taken out. SpongeBob is also 1 HP.
Larry the Lobster's got to do something. Line and Unknown at that top position are 1 HP. Even taking one of them out just like that. Line, the leader, gets taken out, but so does FaZe. Or Fuse. I don't know what to even say.
Look at Larry the Lobster. He retreats as he's 1 HP. Roy tries to move up, take him out. And Unknown for Minority is down. Wait, this is a 3v3.
Yeah, SpongeBob has crazy pushes. However, I just think everyone on Bikini Bottom is like 1 or 2 shots lower than everyone on Minority. So this is just going to be so tough. Bikini Bottom has to play this to perfection.
And instead of right and left, it's now top and bottom for both of these teams.
Something you don't really see
down.
that very often.
Definitely not. A player from Minority on the right is trying to make a push. Roy trying to get some damage on Sandy Cheeks at the middle.
Yeah, typically though, people, whenever it's a top and bottom face off, the people on the bottom typically have the advantage. And player from Minority is kind of making it a side-to-side, left and right position again. Larry the Lobster goes out. That's not what you need for Bikini Bottom. Sandy Cheeks is in a tough spot. And Sandy dodges. Oh, unfortunately. It's a 3v1, and that's going to be it. Minority takes game number 1. And he's laughing. He's rolling on the floor laughing. ROFL. Ooh, this is heating up.
Gotta remember those best of 5. No longer best of 1 or best of 3. They have a lot of opportunities. I would love to see a game 5 with both of these teams.
Oh, exactly. Oh, here we go. Okay, Minority is going to switch sides. It's going to be on the left side now. Bikini Bottom will be on the right. Yeah, once again, Bikini Bottom, they had glimpses where, you think, they got this. They got this. They got this. Then it's just like they're just too low. They started out the game way too low. And unfortunately, it was just too hard for them to pick it up. Minority played a very good game, though. Here we go. 10 seconds. Game number 2. And we are off. Unknown for Minority just rushing in like a madman.
Keep in mind, if Bikini Bottom, if they win this, they have to win another best of 3 afterwards from the bracket reset. So they've got a long ways to go. It's looking like Minority is pushing them to this far right wall with no fear at all. Sandy Cheeks goes down. Doc goes down.
Oh my
FaZe goes down. SpongeBob goes down. Minority.
I think, Piggy, I think we're looking at the best team in the world right now.
This is unreal.
Minority is just destroying Bikini Bottom, a team that is just absolutely insane. Minority, they're just on another level right now.
Definitely just
game number
a powerhouse.
This could be the game. The game could be over right here.
This one round, if Minority takes it, they don't have to worry about the bracket reset. They can just win this qualifier right here. Are they going to get a perfect sweep on Bikini Bottom? It would just be unreal. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But we're about to start. We are 5 seconds from this match, which could be the last one. Oh my gosh. This is insane.
Here we go. Minority already looking super aggressive again. The combo of Larry the Lobster and Sandy the Cheeks just can't do anything against this team. There's already 1 HP.
Look at this push from Unknown. There's no stopping this at all.
This is just a confidence push.
It's now up to it's now a 5v3.
Oh my gosh.
I believe so.
4v4.
Oh wait, 4v4 actually. Okay, so this is pretty even then. Oh, look at the bottom. FaZe gets taken out in an ego shootout. SpongeBob gets taken out. Sandy Cheeks
Sandy. This is gonna be it.
And Minority are your week 2 qualifier 2 champions once again.
Gosh.
Oh my.
Minority is proven that they are the best team in the world right now. They've taken out Bikini Bottom 2 weeks in a row. This is absolutely insane. They had almost 2 sweeps. They swept the championship. That is absolutely unbelievable. But hey, you know what? Both of these teams did awesome. They both already qualified. We have our 2 other qualifiers. Next week's going to be tough, though, because we have 4 that have qualified. Next week, 4 more will qualify, so it's going to be crazy. I want to say huge shout out to once again to Juns for taking time out of his day to help us out. We really appreciate you. Juns is the GOAT, and it's definitely proven itself. And also, huge shout out to Commander for helping us with predictions, and also the graphics for this, the hats and all that stuff. Yes. Commander is also a GOAT, a bald goat,
definitely,
as they would say.
Okay, dude.
But yeah, jeez, I can't believe that.
Oh man, it's turning out to be Raw from last season. It's just, oh man, will they win? Will they take first place next week too? We will find out. Make sure to follow if you haven't followed already. Turn notifications on so you don't miss the next qualifier. And yeah, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next time. The game should be up on YouTube. Watch out for that.